Hello and welcome to Hello, This is the Doom Show. I am Richard.
I'm Brad.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Simon.
I'm Mark.
Folks, it is a masterpiece of boys on parade. We've got the entire co-hosting frickin' what is this? A murder of co-hosts? How do you count when you have
Yeah.
lots of murder.
Yeah, you're gonna murder us.
Eventually. But this is episode 300. I'm going to drop this beautiful, as yet unmade stinger for episode 300, which we'll work on and make it sound delightful with our sexy voices.
Yeah.
The perfect pancake.
Get ready, get set to get scared.
Hamburger helper.
Chili macaroni.
Episode 300.
The more lambaba, more better.
But this is a big, exciting moment for us because we've never been in the same room together. And by room, I mean small attic crawl space.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
It's kind of big, but we can all fit. It's fine.
Yep. I'll just crawl through your sweater that you're wearing.
I wore a Jalo colored sweater for today.
Very
in
nice.
honor. Mm-hmm.
Celebration. Mark, what are you wearing?
Who are you
Mark.
wearing?
Mark, did we lose Mark already?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Where'd he go?
Mark's like, wait, you're recording this? I'm leaving. We're back to our technical difficulties.
Mark, wherever you are, do not feel bad because I just assumed that I would be the one with major technical difficulties today.
There's still time.
There is still time, plenty of time. I've got nothing to do today.
We can start, Brad. You and I can talk a little bit about how the show got started way back in 2011.
Ridiculous.
Yep. Only 15
Absolutely.
years.
Absolutely.
So we'd been friends for a year or two by then.
Uh-huh.
And then we were obsessively listening to the Nashi cast with Rod and Troy.
Mm-hmm.
Whose idea was this? Do you remember who started the Doom Show?
Yes.
Double clicking on it, nothing happens.
Oh, I hear Walt.
Oh, you can hear? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
You're back.
Hey.
You're back.
I am so sorry. Oh my God, this is okay. Sorry.
You're good.
It's all right. We're good.
Oh my God.
We're gonna edit this into a
Until you leave the
masterpiece.
room. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Walt can't leave.
No, he can't. I'm like, oh my
He's your
God.
tech guy there.
He's my testicle difficulties. Oh.
Thank you. Well, I'm not cutting that part. So this was my fault, Brad. So I started the Doom Show. I came up with this idea.
I typed Paul Nashi into the iTunes search bar and was mystified to discover that they were doing a podcast in Nashville, which is an hour away from me, on Spanish horror icon Paul Nashi. And we listened and we sent in some feedback, and you're like, why couldn't we do this? And I'm like, why couldn't we? We should. So
And we stole their format and we did a show.
that's right. We just took everything they had and just plopped ourselves in it.
Gave nothing in return.
Oh, we gave plenty in return. We're talking about them now.
That's right. That's
They've
right.
had 15 years of promotion from us.
Yeah.
But no,
and
you said I don't see any reason why we couldn't do this, and I'm like, well, sure, why not try it? And we picked the Dead or Alive for the first one, and we were off to the races.
And for the record, Brad and I tried to do let's revisit episode 1 for a segment and talk about it. And I can't listen to it. It's not so hot.
No, it's not.
My voice is an octave higher because I was very nervous. So I'm like, oh, I love Paul. I love the Nashi cast. Oh.
Sorry to butt in, but this is probably going back some years. I went back to that and some of the early episodes, and I get like production values have obviously improved and lack of nerves, etc. But I think content-wise, it still holds up, and you were out of the gate running.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You can be on the podcast.
Thank you.
You, sir, are hired.
And so at one point, Brad was traveling a lot for work. And
I spent an entire winter. I'll just go ahead and tell you, I spent an entire winter in Vermont, working outside. The locals are like, "You guys are crazy. Why are you here?" And I said, "Good question." Yes, I
Oof.
could not record. I could not record for 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
And,
Carry on.
called in Jeffrey. Jeffrey and I had been chatting. We met through our various blogs.
It's true.
The blog that Jeffrey's about to start writing for again.
Oh yeah, any day now.
Hey, it's only been since 2014.
Uh-huh.
I think about that blog.
I don't.
It was a great blog.
Yeah, Jeffrey and I did a very not awkward, but just like, getting to know each other episode on the house with the laughing windows.
It's true.
That was it. And then Jeffrey's like, I have some stuff we could talk about. And I pretty much should have known right there, let Jeffrey pick everything we do instead of picking movies that I think he would like and then picking them. And then when the movie was bad, going, why did you pick this? And he's like, I did not pick this.
That's only happened once or twice.
It's happened more than I'd like to remember. It's so stupid.
There are films out there that are Jeffrey films, and I do not. I don't venture into that as far as I know. Like if I see a Jeffrey film, I'm like, that would be good for Jeffrey and Richard to do. So there's definitely Jeffrey films. Not to say you couldn't be on other episodes, but there's definitely Jeffrey films, and I do enjoy them because they're typically esoteric, even more so.
I think that's a wonderful way to put it. Yeah, I created like a letterbox list and I just updated it last night with like all the films we've covered. And you look at all the posters and you're like, wow, these got a certain flavor to them, don't they?
Shout out to our pal Tyler. Tyler's been adding every movie we've covered to his own Doomed Show letterbox list as well. So
that's very nice.
Love it.
I need to find all you guys on Letterboxd. Not that I've only written like one review on it, but yeah, I do like reading the capsule reviews because it's like a fine art, isn't it? It's writing those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still don't have a letterbox. Because if I get into letterbox, then all of my movie review writing will just go out the window. Like I still got big projects with movie reviews I'm writing coming, so maybe when I feel like I'm finished writing books about movies, I'll get a letterboxd account. Hey there, folks. This is editor Richard breaking in here to share something embarrassing and strange. I was so nervous about how this monumental episode was going that I left out a very big piece of our history. My pal Nafa, my best bud that I worked with and was in lots of bands with, I asked him to join the show, and we recorded some epic episodes, some of the funniest episodes, because Nafa was a world-class cut-up and anarchic personality that would just wreck every conversation in the best way. I could never forget him, but I did forget him in the history of the show. Brad is going to pick up the slack later and mention Nafa. But yes, Nafa passed away, and after a significant amount of time, I wanted to invite a new friend along, and that is how I asked Simon to be a part of Hello, This is the Doom Show. Not to replace Nafa, but just to get another unique voice that turned out to be awesome. So I wanted to make sure that I stepped in. Oh, it's cuckoo. But I wanted to make sure I stopped in to say, whoops, sorry, Nafa, I know you don't care, but I'll never forget you, bud. That's it. Bye. And then I had a Simon who, we've been chatting for quite a while, and I was like, well, Simon, do you want to be on the show? And he said, as long as the check clears, I'm in.
Yeah, that was very timely, financially speaking, because that was the year of Brexit, I believe.
That's right. And we celebrated every year since then. We have a Brexit party where we leave EU. I have no joke for that. I'm sorry.
It was natural to add Simon.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We love those exotic locations like Preston.
Have you
Wait,
seen probably like national, even international landmark, the Preston bus station? There's a joke. It's like this kind of brutalist structure that I think is a listed building now, and there's these like huge. They look like massive gutters, but almost ramps. I think they had to put things on the end of them so people wouldn't drive off them. And there's a joke from I think it's either Eric Morecambe or the other guy Wise, where it says, "I can't believe how much it rains in Preston. Look at the size of these fucking gutters."
you know what I was thought you were going to talk about? I thought you were going to talk about that famous raver guy, that
Oh,
deranged raver gif. So if you ever see a deranged raver, he's bald. I don't think he has eyebrows, and he's tripping off of his freaking shit, just
yeah.
completely fucked up. And there's like all the disco lights around him because he's at a rave club. That guy is from Preston.
He is, yeah. That's there was a club from I think it's called like Bounce to the Ounce or something. It's so horrible. But yeah, he's a legend. Okay,
Richard might be dying at the moment.
okay. He's having a hot flush.
He's for Clint.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Apparently, I don't know my own spit. Oh.
But do you know
So,
others?
this brings us to an even more exotic character, a person who I met through his Instagram. Oh my God, give me a second. Woo! I'm just getting all choked up over Mark.
As it should be.
This is how
Then,
you and Mark record. You just cry there at the beginning until you finally.
yeah, that is every episode just sobbing. I met Mark through Instagram. I couldn't help but notice that he was in drag as Joan Crawford. And I said, this is a cool person. And so I followed him, and he had the best pandemic frickin' Instagram of just him cosplaying as different horror ladies. And it was incredible. And then when I found out that Mark podcasted, I was like, hold on, you need to be on the show because you're awesome. Mark, is that how you remember it?
No, not at all. I like how you think I was cosplaying because I just happened to be wearing a Joan Collins outfit, but okay.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm
Way to
sorry.
kink shame me. No, I just remember the podcast, listening to your podcast, and then reading your books and kind of getting up the nerve to talk to you just a little bit because I thought you'd shoot me down because you're like the coolest person in the world. And
What?
it kind of struck up a friendship. I know weird law called a friendship, but I don't know, that restraining order, but yeah.
Zoom just glitched out so bad, and you
Just-
sounded like this. You went restraining order.
Oh, as it should be. Yeah, no, I still can't believe, I really can't believe I'm talking to all of you guys now. This is so weird. It's hard enough to meet one of your idols, let alone a bunch of your idols. So this is very humbling for me. But yeah, I still can't. I still think this is like a Carrie prank, and I'm just waiting for the inevitable bucket of pig's blood to be poured on me.
As soon as your
Yeah.
camera turns on, we're dropping that shit on
Right.
you.
I'm not turning the camera on, but yeah, no. So and then you did reach out and you're like, would you like to podcast? I'm like, yeah. So, but I played it really cool. I think I put him off for like 6 months. I'm like, I think other people might want me to podcast too.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
audition
but-
process was crazy. There were so many people trying to get in.
Oh, so many people. Yeah.
It's no
Wow,
prank, but there will be pig's blood.
that's right.
Well,
It'll just be a
it's
little
done right.
blood sausage. We'll have a little blood sausage eating festival. Maybe we'll do a
Is that a
vegetarian
unicorn
option
then?
as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now that we've talked about the history of the show, we're going to do a little segment with Cheese the cat here, who just showed up. Sorry, you're not watching the video feed, listeners at home, but there is a Cheese.
She's looking good this morning.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's doing great. She's a pain in the ass. Love her. So we're going to do a reintroduction. So 3 questions from each of us, and hopefully we'll, answer the questions. And we're going to start with Mark. So Mark, are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go. So give us 3 favorite horror films, 1 favorite non-horror film, and then please share an interesting fact about yourself. It can be something interesting, ridiculous, or just a lie.
Okay, so I'll do the fact last. So this was kind of hard because this can change at like any given minute. But I think the three films right now that came to the top of my head when you asked this question, The Little Girl That Lives Down the Lane from 1976 with Jodie Foster.
Nice.
Um, I remember seeing it on TV and it was just such a strange movie. It's got a very small cast, and I think that's when I really realized it's amazing.
Oh, you glitched out for a second there.
So I think that seeing the film, it really solidified her being a lesbian in my mind. Even though she's not supposed to be, I'm like, this is a lesbian girl. But it's really creepy. It's got Martin Sheen in it and Scott Jacoby. He was a bad Ronald, plays her magician kind of love interest. But it's just so twisted and weird and dark. And honestly, I kind of wanted to be the little girl who lived down the lane for years, but that sadly never happened. And then my next one is from 2018. It's Gaspar Noé's Climax. Um, it's one of those movies that like I can't get it out of my head, and I've seen it years ago. It's just so disturbing in a weird way. It's about I guess, a dance troupe in an isolated locale that does drink the punch, of drink punch, and it has very devastating consequences for everyone involved. It's just so visually, I don't know. There's something about Gaspar Noé I just find incredibly interesting, but the beginning dance number, I could like watch that like on loop for days
Oh,
straight,
it's
which I
so
kind of
good.
have.
So good.
And my last one, and I realize no one is going to be behind me on this one, but I still will champion this movie till the day I die. Children should not play with dead things. It's
Nice.
Alan Ormsby and Bob Clark's love child. I don't know. And I remember I was young and this was also on TV and I didn't have a name for it, but there's like characters that are gay in the movie. And I'm like, oh, they're kind of like me, but not as, I guess, not as flamboyant. But I'd like, oh, so it's a weird representation I can kind of relate to. And it's a weird zombie thing. And the guy's like a kind of a piece of garbage to his girlfriend. But there's something about it I absolutely love. I could just watch this every year, and I do, and I love it so much. Um, I do not cosplay. I should though. And now for my movie that's not a horror movie, I went with Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It's John Cameron Mitchell's. I don't know what would you call it. It was a play. It became a film. The music's incredible. It's just I don't know. There's something about it that really speaks to me, even though I don't have an angry inch. So those are my four films. And I guess my weird fact is I am legit born on Halloween. Halloween is my birthday.
Ooh, spooky
So yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Love
And I
it.
am a treat, not a trick.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, good.
Yeah. See, there you go. All right. Okay.
Awesome.
Wow.
Hey, Simon, let's hear the same questions. Three favorite horror films, one favorite non-horror film, and of course, a
Well,
fact.
firstly, just in response to what Mark said, I saw The Little Girl That Lives Down the Lane for the first time, I think, in the past year, and yeah, that kind of knocked me for six in the best way. There's a certain scene I could have done without with Martin Sheen and a certain animal. I'll say
Mm-hmm.
no more. But
Yep.
still, it's not gratuitous and was earned and just underlines what a piece of shit he is. And I didn't actually realize, or I'd forgotten about Jodie Foster being a lesbian until recently. As much as I'm a fan of her work and have gone back to stuff recently like Contact and what's the other one? I watched Little Man Tape. Anyway, let's not go down a Jodie Foster rabbit hole here. But yeah, no, I love the film anyway, so it's great to hear that represented. And also, yeah, fellow October baby like yourself. I was born on the 1st of October, so that's kind of the month where my heart lives, really. So yeah, the question is what first? So for movies, I'm going to because this is obviously, as you sort of alluded to, it's the impossible question, really. So I'm going to cheat a bit and look at just refresh my memory. I think I have these in mind anyway. What are on my Letterboxd, which is as Memesy Farmer. I need to update. It was done like one review. Where am I?
Sick.
Here we go. So yeah, the four films I've got on here, one is definitely a non-horror film. One is kind of borderline, although I would kind of count it as horror adjacent. Well, it's a David Lynch film, and even though he's not ostensibly a genre director, I mean, he does horror better than almost anyone. And the one I've got on here might some days of the week be my favorite film of all time is Inland Empire. Just because I am a bit biased because this was the one I saw in the cinema while I was a film student. Also, the production side of my course I was doing, we used the same camera. He shot it on the Sony PD-150. So I was very familiar with the sort of look and vibe. It's like, to use a very tenuous analogy, as I think I said this to Richard before, like if Mulholland Drive was Ulysses, then this is like Finnegan's Wake. There's just like, just so, layers and layers of shit in this. I understand why it drives some people crazy completely, and I respect that, but I just think it's like, along with Twin Peaks season 3, it's like just, it's the culmination of everything he did. And it's also kind of ahead of its time for like a lot of Lynch stuff. It's just half made of liminal space, and even though it's early digital stuff, it's like the whole analog horror thing. So, but anyway, I could go on and on about it, and I don't want to say anymore because I want to pull Richard kicking and screaming to cover it one day.
Ooh.
And nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Twin Peaks season 3. It's 10 years ago this year we did the beginning, Richard. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Whoops. Has it been that long?
It really has.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Then something we have covered, which is House Suit, which when we covered it, so to some days of the week, that is my favorite horror movie. Again, just a sort of miracle of a film. Like, just the fact that exists is just, I just can't believe it. But won't say any more on that because we've done an episode. Then something else I would very much like us to cover because, it's Florida and you have to, Richard, is Miami Connection. Whoever, I think, bought the film print off eBay and then rescued that and brought it all to us again, a complete gift to humanity. Again, I'll say no more because I really want to cover it sometime. And finally, this is actually weird. I was going back to when I first came on the podcast, which was 10 years ago this year. Just said to a few of you guys, like, the best thing to come out was a really terrible year for me. You asked me a bunch of questions about favorite films and lists, and the order's changed, but a lot of them are still there. But the one when you asked me favorite horror film, which is the impossible question, that I would maybe still stick with, or you can't just pick one, but I'm going to go for it, would be Messiah of Evil, because I love like late night movies, stuff that feels dreamlike again, something that just feels like it's made out of liminal space, half of it. And yeah, I still feel the same way about it. I could go on. Oh, and yeah, you want a fun fact, did you, or something ridiculous? I struggled with this because I'm apparently not that interesting, but I'll tell you something, the most ridiculous thing that I think ever happened to me, which was when I was a uni student, and when magic mushrooms were still legal in this country before the government in their infinite wisdom decided to make them illegal. Basically, I'll give you the short version of the story. The police, God bless them, they accidentally mind fucked me while I was tripping into making me think I was being followed by myself. Yeah. Like, so there's a longer version of that, but that's the gist of it, and it's just that happened. It's ridiculous.
Do you mean the police or the police?
I was in like Sting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you meant the police as in cops or if you meant Sting.
Mind your own business.
Right.
Sting.
Sorry, Brad. What was that?
I said mind your own business, Sting, Gordon.
I should have said, but I didn't know at the time. I should have just said, with one breath, with one flow, you will know synchronicity, and then walked off.
That's right. Yeah, it's simonicity. You got it wrong.
Simonicity. Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Perfect. All right, Jeffrey, you're next.
Okay, so I tried to choose some films that maybe I haven't talked about too much on the podcast over these many years, that nevertheless give you a direct passageway into my soul. So my three favorite horrors to begin with first, one that I've only watched as an adult and has become a part of my personality. This would be everyone's favorite film, The Pit. Yeah, that's right. We're talking Trolologs. We're talking Jamie and what's her name? Annabelle. We're talking about a kid who finds a pit in the woods full of trolls that he then feeds people to. One of my favorite films in the horror genre. It's ridiculous. It has this is one of the fun facts about it, especially, and it's especially cool now that it's been republished. The original screenplay for this film was a little bit more intense, let's say, and less ridiculous than it turned out in its final version. And there's a novelization of that script that really treats the material seriously and is pretty horrific and quite sleazy. And it was very hard to find for quite some time, but it's now been republished and is available. You can get it on Amazon. So it's under the title Teddy. So check it out. It's worth finding. My other two favorite horrors that I've nominated are from my childhood, but they're still ones that I watch all the time. And I think again they imprinted on me early and explain a lot. So one of those is The Gate. Everyone loves The Gate, right? Who couldn't love The Gate? With young Stephen Dorff and his metalhead friend who becomes protagonist in the inferior sequel. Still fine, but inferior. Lots of great special effects work in this. You know, we're talking this is late 80s special effects work, a lot of miniatures, nightmares about the little homunculi who are biting you throughout most of my childhood. And finally, one that I've inevitably I've talked about this one, but not enough, let's say. Ernest Scared Stupid, a really important film, one of the best films of all time, certainly the best Ernest film. I know. Yeah, Ernest Goes to Jail. It's a great movie. It's maybe the better movie, but Ernest Scared Stupid, we know in our hearts it is the best of the bunch. A truly scary film. Trantor the Troll is a monster. Like quite literally, this is a monstrous man killing children. Well, I mean, his goal is to kill children, but he's really just turning them into little tiny figurines that he puts inside of a tree. But I don't want that to happen to me. I certainly didn't as a child, and I don't want it now as an adult. Jim Varney is a national treasure. We'll never replace him. R.I.P. Jim. One favorite non-horror film. I chose one that, again, kind of sums up what a Jeffrey film is, except outside of the horror genre. And this is a VHS only gem known as Computer Beach Party. I love Computer Beach Party. It is a glorious, glorious film, an 80s set movie all on the beach and at a beach house where some kids use a computer to plan the ultimate like college rager. And that's just a small part of what this is. I mean, it's like computer exploitation plus beach party exploitation plus drag racing across the sand in these little dune buggies and about finding treasure. It's a wild, wild sex comedy that is not in any way sexy. I can't recommend it enough. I believe you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. It's pretty easy to come across. And just if nothing else, look at the VHS box art. You won't regret it. It's a work of art. And my interesting fact for you is that I am a rabid book collector, particularly rare books. I have a personal library of over 10,000 in my home. Can't stop buying them. We got a little preview of this once with a very well-regarded episode that Richard and I did about horror novels. And you know what? We're gonna do that again sometime with an expanded list of horror fiction you should check out because that would be fun and the people demand it and I demand it and Richard demands it. We all demand it. So yeah, I love books, love weird old books, particularly genre books, horror, mystery, sleaze, science fiction, anything that is unusual, strange, and hard to come by. I buy it and then I put it in a pile. And then that pile gets covered up by another pile. And then it gets put in a closet. And then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. Yep.
Do you remember when I innocently asked you if you're going to open a bookstore? And you're like, no.
I probably reacted poorly. No, listen, I buy and I keep. Or I give away. I give away.
I was just overwhelmed.
Generously.
All right. So
I'd like to respond to Jeffrey first, if I may.
Oh, please.
So Jim Varney first portrayed Ernest for a television commercial for Beach Bend Speedway, which is located where I'm located.
Ooh.
So there's a little piece of trivia. I have not seen Ernest Scare Stupid or Ernest Goes to Jail. However, I did love Ernest Goes to Camp, and I saw Ernest Saves Christmas at the theater.
Yeah.
Nice.
As a child. Nice. Also, I think of Jeffrey every single Christmas Eve. Let me tell you how that's not creepy. I had a blog years ago, Yellow Razor. I think that was the name of it.
Yeah.
Yellow Razor, Blogspot. Anyway, I interviewed several people, and Jeffrey was one of them. And to delve into what we're about to talk about, Halloween is my favorite film, bar none, of any genre. and I would ask Halloween or Black Christmas, and Jeffrey said Black Christmas, which my wife and I watch every Christmas Eve as part of a day-long Christmas Evil marathon. So I always think, yeah, at the time I thought, why would anybody pick anything other than Halloween? But I really respected it, and I think that Black Christmas obviously is a great choice over, I mean, to pick of the two. So yeah, I think about him when we watch the masterpiece Black Christmas every year.
That makes me
Nice.
very happy. Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely no shade to Halloween. It's just Black
Yeah,
Christmas kind of has the vibe that I
I got
want
you.
more often,
Yes.
you know? Um,
Also, Jeffrey, amongst his 10,000 books, bought a bunch of John Dixon Carr books, and that makes me happy to know that he did that. I would imagine that you've got a better collection than I do as far as the rarity of them.
I've got
But
a near complete collection of first editions at this point. Pretty close. Pretty
wow,
close.
incredible! I love John
Crazy.
Dixon Carr. Three-headed horror films. I mean, we're on episode 300, and I've answered this question a much. So I tried to pick some different things. Halloween, we're just going to say favorite film of all time. For Christmas, a very dear friend got me a Blu-ray of Halloween 1 and 2 and all the deleted scenes, all inserted, all cleaned up. I'm looking forward to seeing that because I have not seen all of that together as one film before. That was Richard that did that. Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say The Haunting of Julia, which is a film that we covered when it did not have
Mm.
any sort of release.
Oh yeah.
I think it's one of the underrated haunted house films, films of the 70s altogether. And then I'm going to pick House of Dark Shadows. That the one that that took the storyline of Barnabas and condensed it into a film. Except they had a higher budget and they didn't have the strictures of being on network television, daytime television. I think it is one of the underrated vampire films, certainly of the 70s. I think people sleep on it. It takes the Barnabas story, condenses it into about an hour and a half. There's no fat on the bone. It's just dark shadows. I bought the Blu-ray and I was maybe 10 minutes in when I went to Amazon and ordered Richard a copy and just sent it to him because I enjoyed it that much and I thought that he would as well.
Oh, I do. I absolutely
Um,
do.
a favorite non-horror film? I'm a huge fan of Powell and Pressburg's I Know Where I'm Going from 1945. It is a romantic comedy. It is also life affirming. It makes me very happy to watch it. I think there are lots of titles that they did that obviously are better known. The Red Shoes, Colonel Blimp, et cetera, et cetera. I own the DVD from the Criterion Collection for it has no Blu-ray, as far as I know, here in
Oh,
America. My region free player shit the bed, and and so I'm very happy to have this on DVD. A strange fact: I collect barometers. It's sort of a strange thing. My uncle bought me one, and before you know it, I've got a wall full of them, and I've got
whoa.
different kinds, all kinds of different kind of barometers. I've got some from friends that have sent me barometers. I'm working right now. Elizabeth bought me a literal 4 foot gigantic barometer, and I'm working on where to put it right now. But yeah,
That's
I like to tell the weather like they used to in the 1700s.
I don't know if I knew the barometers. I don't know if I knew that about you.
Yeah, yeah. I have several very nice ones. You've got the banjo style, which is the one that you most commonly see
Yeah,
probably in films. But I've got a desktop and vintage. I mean, I've got lots of very nice barometers.
that's amazing.
And I want to say I'm just so excited to have Simon and Mark and Jeffrey all together with us, or me with you all, however you want to look at it. I'm just very excited, Mark. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard nothing but good things.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you. Oh,
Simon, one of my dearest friends, Jeffrey, I've known for years. Jeffrey has got, like we talked about before, when he picked his three, they were all Jeffrey films. There's a very, very identifiable Jeffrey film, and I love him for it.
Yeah, I have to credit Jeffrey for one of my picks coming up, and also for changing the way my brain works with cinema. Like I used to get very frustrated with bad films, or films that were seemingly nonsensical movies, and like not appreciating the outsider art aspect of horror because a lot of frustrated artists, would do horror because they had to, or you had people who were die-hard horror fans who had a very interesting idea of how to make it happen within their budget. And so you get these absolutely bonkers movies. So yes, I am eternally grateful to this man.
Absolutely.
I know exactly the film you're talking about, The Turning Point. We'll talk
Yep.
about it later.
My three favorite horror films right now, and for many years, two of these have been favorites for a long time. They actually fought each other brutally for the top spot. The second one, my second favorite horror film of all time, is Phenomena, the one with John Travolta. No, the Dario Argento's Phenomena, aka Creepers, has been with me since childhood. Absolutely adore that film. I have the T-shirt, I have the VHS, I have a pretty cool Mexican lobby card of it, and I definitely have bought it multiple times on different formats to get the best copy. The the one that beat it out, is my favorite horror film of all time. Sometimes I tell people it's my favorite film of all time, regardless of genre, and that is The House by the Cemetery from good old Lucio Fulci. I am all about Bob. He's great. Bob will soon have returned to cinema. Apparently, the kid actor who's all grown up is going to be in a horror movie soon. And I really hope they dub him badly. That would be precious.
If there's a God, they will.
That'd be so awesome. Yeah, it's one of those movies I want to live inside. I just love it so much. I did accidentally, I would never do this on purpose, smoked a substance once with my friend Sam. And while we were watching House by the Cemetery, while I was under the influence of this substance, I looked at him and I said, "Man, I'm in this movie." And Sam goes, "Yeah?" I go, "Yeah, I'm inside the movie." And he goes, "Yeah." And then he just didn't say anything. But my third, I'm gonna just steal from Simon because it is the one I thought of, Hausu, 1977, absolute masterpiece. It's a film of film. Like if you love movie making and you love to watch people who also love movie making throw every single aspect of filmmaking they could get into one thing. That's why I really love Hausu. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. As for my favorite non-horror film, this one recently beat out The Music Man. I'm a big Music Man fan. The one with Mr. Preston. Speaking of places and people named Preston,
Mhm.
not the Matthew Broderick version, which is hideous, brutally made for TV hideousness. Don't watch that one. But a movie that just snuck in after many viewings is a little movie called Persuasion. It is a Jane Austen adaptation from 1995. There have been other adaptations of Persuasion. I won't watch them. I love this one too much. This is so special to me. It's a movie, again, filmmaking, just purely wonderful filmmaking, subtle and sweet and perfectly acted. And it reminds me of my wife and just like our relationship because I used to be a sea captain. That's not the fact about me. That's not real. That didn't happen. Just love that movie. Highly recommend if you're going to watch any Jane Austen adaptation, which I know everyone who listens to horror movie podcasts is about to do at any given moment. Then watch that one. As for an interesting fact about me, I'll make it horror adjacent. When we were touring, what is it called? Yosemite National Park. I believe we were in Yosemite when I was 5, and my parents were doing the full tour, going to all the little cool places where you meet up with the park rangers and stuff. And I believe there's a fishery where they are like studying fish and like breeding habits and stuff like that. And we were walking along the stone pathways between pools brimming with fish, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fish just swimming and swimming and swimming and getting it on, having a good old time. And I was entranced by the motion of the water and these fish, so entranced that I fell in. I fell in, and it was a very shallow pool of water. So, of course, I landed on my knees in this water, and the pain of my knees getting scraped made me remember the trailer to a movie called Piranha. I had seen just the trailer for Piranha when I was probably 4, and now I was 5, and the fish swimming around me and the pain connected, and I thought they were eating me. So I started screeching like I was being eaten alive by a bunch of probably bass or trout or something would not eat people. And my dad had to pull me out, and I was just screaming bloody murder until they showed me I still had my legs. That's a true story.
Geez, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yep, that was a fun one. That was a good one. That was a good time. And when I say I was 5, I was actually 20, but I was scared. All right. But guys, I gotta go get this special guest. So please hold on for our super special guest.
May I sing the national anthem while he's gone?
Yes, please.
Episode 300.
By the rocket's red
Hello?
glare. Hello.
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 Oh, fabulous people.
How are
How
you?
exciting.
I'm all right. I'm usually lurking in the other room.
Mhm.
What a pleasure.
It's fabulous y'all are on the one room.
Yeah,
It's wild, isn't it?
unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes.
Leanna, how did you get involved in the show?
Well, I was definitely lurking in the other room. I was hearing a lot of that. I get to see all the movies, of course.
Mhm.
And eventually that rolled into me guesting on a couple episodes. There are many more ideas, but they don't get recorded as fast.
Mhm.
I understand that. Would you like to give us 3 of your favorite horror films?
Sure. And this was a really hard question, but I am a cozy rewatcher of movies, so that is where I landed. And the first is going to be Cast a Deadly Spell, the HBO original. Honestly, until thinking about this question recently, I didn't even think it was a horror movie,
Mm.
mainly because it's not on the top shelves of our library. But it's got all the stuff. It's got hints of Lovecraft, all the sci-fi nerdy naming conventions. It's got werewolves and vampires, and I could watch it every single week.
A great movie.
Yes. Now the second is I'm gonna go with Lost Boys. Just having rewatched it, I can say for sure it mostly takes place at night, but when I think about this movie, it seems hot and bright like summer, which basically makes it perfect for 10 months out of the year here.
The movie's got
And
like the sweatiest comic book shop that's
yes,
ever
yes.
existed.
And the sweatiest saxophonist.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, the
Oiliest.
saxophonist. Oh my gosh.
At comic conventions, he has tables and he sells body oil.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
that's great.
still in love with Jamie Gertz, by the way.
Who's a billionaire?
Love her.
She indeed is.
Yeah. She owns is it a football team?
Atlanta Hawks, if I'm not mistaken, a
There you
basketball
go.
team.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All the way from Square Pigs.
Yep, yep. Every Christmas we watch the Christmas special from Square Pegs. Now my third
Nice.
for the season that's not summer in Florida is The Woods. Now I could watch this anytime. It's perfect for Arbor Day too. But I love The Woods. I love how menacing those trees are. And I could watch it all the time.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love
That
that.
is, I'm well aware of your love of that, and it really is one of those unsung horror films that it's hard to run into people that have seen it. Of course, our crew has seen it, but it's
Of
hard
course.
when you're talking about it like online or anywhere. People are like, "What? Huh?"
I'm
It's
ashamed
great.
to say I haven't seen it. Is it Lucky McKay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I need to get on that.
And it even has Bruce Campbell in it,
Sure
It
does.
sure does.
which I have loved from childhood from my watching of oh, you know what? I'm gonna forget the show now.
Briscoe County.
Yes, Briscoe
Yeah.
County.
Nice.
I thought that show went on for so much longer than it did, just
Yeah.
because it was so permanent in my memories of childhood.
So I have another question for you.
Yes.
So you mentioned that Richard subjects you to all these viewings for the show.
Yes.
And I wonder if there is any film that you've had to watch because of Richard, for the confines of this show, that you have like, thrown your hands up and gone, I can't do this.
I think I
And
know the answer to this. And I
and
was going
was
to
No, I
it
was
was
gonna
it
say,
one
don't
that
you
I
know?
go on,
chose?
go on.
Night Train Murders.
I knew it.
Night
I keep
Train.
I keep teasing Richard saying I want you two to do a Christmas episode on it.
Oh gosh, no, I couldn't. It's just, the baddies don't get it bad enough.
Oh,
It made me
absolutely.
so angry.
Mm-mm.
hmm That's a great pick, though. And I've known that for, I don't know, maybe 17 years now. We've known each other for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love the
I
birthday
have
back,
been
yeah.
gifted a lot of a break from that. I haven't had to watch it since.
No, huh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, and on a brighter note, could you give us a favorite non-horror film?
Yes. And this might change from month to month, but the movie that I know for sure I can put in now and tomorrow and the day after and watch over and over again and love would be Noises Off. It's
Oh my gosh.
it's
Love
just
it.
so perfect.
It's like
You
a
could watch it
comedy
anytime.
masterclass.
Oh, it's so good. That's kind of like a shibboleth. I'll ask people, what do you think noise is off? And if they don't like it, I'm like, there's something wrong with them. You're absolutely right, though. It is I mean, if I asked Elizabeth, hey, you want to watch Noises Off? She'd say yes. Why
Yes.
is it in the player? Brilliant.
The funny thing is, I have a friend. I have a friend who trained to work with the theater. She trained to do costuming and she'd done a lot of sets and everything like that. So she helped with theater productions in college. Now, with Brad, to your question about people liking or not liking Noises Off, she doesn't like it, but for a very specific reason. She says it's too real. She says that the insanity and the backbiting, it's all just too on point, and she can't relive that.
I understand, but thank God we can relive it.
Yes.
I like to say something that I know about you. One, you
Mhm.
are a very, very talented artist. In fact, I commissioned a piece from you, and it is hanging in my library with extreme pride. You took basically a couple of sentences from an M.R. James story and turned it into a beautiful drawing for me. I share it all the time with different folks,
Thank
but
you.
you're a very talented artist. Obviously, you do all the pictures, the wonderful pictures for Richard on the show, on the blog, the website, everything. But could you tell us an unusual fact, or maybe a fact that we don't know about you?
Oh, unusual fact or fact you don't know. Um, well, for my very sheltered and sort of latchkey kid existence, I've worked a lot with horses. And I've been thrown from a horse. And I got right back on the horse. Well, after I recovered my breath, because that really knocks it out of you. Um, and it's this weird sort of like 10 years in my life where I got to work with some very bratty, recalcitrant horses. I love the memories, the individual horses. There was one named Diablo that I nursed back from pneumonia by hand feeding him. But I would never revisit that. I'm not a horse girl. I don't want to work with horses anymore.
Well, I did not know that. That is very interesting. There's 17 years I've known you all, and I had no idea that you'd spent time with horses. I did ride a horse once. I did fall off of it. I landed on my head. I got back
Oh
on the horse
no.
momentarily and then got off because that's what you do. So I compliment you. I'm terrified of horses. They're giant and can run fast and will hurt you. But no, I had no idea. That is a very interesting fact.
Oh, thank you. Well,
I would
I see
like to.
Rich is on his way back.
Ah, well, I would love from all of us to thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, yeah.
Always, obviously, you're a huge part of the show. Even when people don't hear you or see you, you've kindly allowed Richard and all of us to take time to watch films. You've watched them with them. And I know a little bit about that because I subject Elizabeth to the same thing. And so we all want to thank you for all that you have done for the show and for Richard and for everything.
Well, it's a pleasure. It's been fabulous talking with y'all.
Oh, your episodes were magical to me.
Absolutely.
Something different and like a woman's viewpoint, which I thought was really cool and refreshing. And I love you, even though you don't know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
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 Here. I'm sorry I came back. This is probably a letdown. A letdown after that. I'm sorry. Do we need a break before we get into the feedback? Does anybody need just like a 5 or 10 minute?
I'm fine.
I'm
I think
good.
I'm okay.
I
Let's rock.
muted earlier and peed, and no one knew it.
No, I held it.
Didn't
I held it
know.
for you guys. But yeah, let's jump into. Let's see. Did I say we do the audio first? Yeah, we'll do the audio feedback first.
Richard, hi. This is Rob in Baltimore, wishing you a very happy 300th episode and congratulations. I've been listening ever since first hearing you on Jalo Chow Chow, and I've read your 2 Meltdown books cover to cover. Please keep up the good work, my man. Compliments to Brad and Mark in particular as well. Always love hearing them appear. You put out a call for Rex. I am imploring you to turn your attention to 1984's Soul Survivor. The elevator pitch is Final Destination meets Messiah of Evil, so of course it rules. But what I like most about the movie is that the vibes are immaculate. Dude, it's warm and cozy like a bowl of soup on an autumn afternoon. And look, there's long been a movement to try to retroactively associate the 1980s with bright neon colors. But us old heads who were there at the time, we know that everything was brown, orange, and gold back then. It did not look like birthday cake funfetti in the 1980s. No, sir, everything was the shade of a Ricola cough drop. From wood paneling to appliances to ashtrays, that was how we liked it, baby. And the movie, it coasts on an overwhelming amount of those beautiful colors, bro. It looks like a San Diego Padres uniform with stains from half-melted caramels and Rolos all over it. It's gorgeous. The movie's got a 78 Camaro that looks amazing. It's got a mansion in the Santa Ana Mountains of California. The movie takes place at Christmas. The movie has a night pool scene. I'm saying, this movie rules. Do not tarry. We gotta hear you talk about it. So anyway, thanks again for all the great content you've been pushing out there, from blogs to books, podcasts, YouTube shelfies, music. Before I go, I want to quickly invite listeners to please follow me, Rob F., at letterboxd.com/RobocopButGoth. Now, don't steal the idea of a RoboCop that's goth, okay? I will litigate.
First up, we heard from Rob in Baltimore, and first thing I got to say to Rob is please don't sue us. Oh my God, I didn't know about the litigation that could result in doing a podcast. But Rob, I haven't seen Soul Survivor in years. It was one of the first movies that Brad copied for me. So I still have Soul Survivor, but on it says Sweet 16 and it's crossed out and it says Soul Survivor on it. And then on the Sweet 16 DVD you sent me, it said actually Sweet 16. Very helpful.
I get easily confused.
But no, I need to revisit that movie.
Soul Survivor Sweet 16.
He compared it, I think, to Messiah of Evil, didn't he? And I think where it came on my radar, there was an episode, I can't remember the podcast, where people were doing triple bills of things. And the one they mentioned for that was Soul Survivor, Messiah of Evil, and It Follows. And yeah, I can totally see that. And for some reason, vibe-wise, not trajectory, it's kind of, he's talking about maybe it's the era, whatever, that's 84. This is a few years early, but for some reason, vibe-wise, it's kind of reminding me a bit of He Knows You're Alone. I could be getting this wrong. I've only seen Soul Survivor a couple of times, but again, maybe it's that. I mean, that definitely, because that's where, you're still the 70s is bleeding into the 80s, especially with all the sort of very beige interiors and stuff. I remember he was talking about very eloquently.
Cool. And that's everything was wood paneling and shag carpet, man. But yes, thank you, Rob, for writing in. Really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Rob's cool. He's a cool guy. He's a cool duder.
Hello. This is the Doom Show. It's Dan.
This is Brennan
from Corrupted Youth Podcast, which, Richard, you were a guest on once upon a time. Brennan, what did Richard cover with us?
Asking the wrong guy right there.
The Seventh Curse. The movie you literally show all your friends.
What movie?
The Seventh Curse.
Oh, like the greatest movie ever. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And also, like, well, I am part of the Hello, This is the Doom Show alumni, as I was on the Deranged episode because I'm from Wisconsin, so therefore I'm obligated to discuss anything about Ed Gein.
Or any of the other many serial killers we've got here.
Too many to count.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not about us. It's about you right now.
That's right.
You've achieved 300 episodes. Congratulations on bowling the perfect podcast.
It's really amazing. 300 is pretty crazy, though.
Yes. And as someone, you know, like we're not the most prolific. And so we know just exactly how hard of a struggle that can be.
Yeah.
And every time a new episode comes out, I'm there. It's always just such a shining beacon of positivity for the weird and the strange and movies that normally don't get the respect that they truly deserve, even if they don't.
Oh, what a shining review.
Thank you.
You don't even describe our podcast that nice.
Hell no. Why would I? It's garbage. We have like 10 of listeners. But anyway, congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's an amazing achievement. Keep up the great work and hang in there, dongles.
Hang in there.
Next, we heard from Dan and Brennan of Corrupted Youth Podcast. Dan is awesome. That his podcast rules. He's been introducing his son Brennan to horror movies since he was a kid, and they've been recording the show since he was, I think Brennan was 13 or 15. I can't recall, but now he's in his 20s, and they're still picking movies for each other to watch, and it's just awesome. And yeah, much love for The Seventh Curse. And if you haven't gotten around to The Seventh Curse yet, folks, give yourself a treat, a Hong Kong perfection.
They were really nice guys. I had no idea they were father and son.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to listen. I don't listen to podcasts. I'm not really into them.
Also, The Art of Dan Biesel, B-I. Oh, I got this. Biesel. Dan Biesel. The Art of Dan Biesel. Check out his stuff. It's really good.
Totally, I'm going to. They were really nice guys. I really enjoyed their message. Enjoyed Rob's as well.
Hell yeah.
Hello, Richard, Brad, Jeffrey, Simon, and Mark. Congratulations on 300 episodes! I haven't been there from the beginning, but it has been 8 solid years as a Doom Show loyalist. And the show has been consistently great throughout its lifespan, and the love is still strong. You each bring something special to the show with your humor and personality. Mark has been an excellent addition to the roster, and I can't wait to get more Mark episodes. So I hope the show continues for as long as you all are having fun. I did want to ask each of you a couple of questions. Which is your favorite episode you've been a part of, and why? Like, which one do you remember the most fondly, and why? My second question, what is your favorite movie you've seen this year? And third, top 3 Italian Gothic films. Doesn't have to be from the classic period, just any top 3 Italian Gothic films. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
And then we had longtime listener Travis. Travis is just awesome. Thank you, sir, for writing in and for giving us some questions. Oh man. If it's all right with you guys, I can answer first on these questions.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave fave episodes of the show, and I have one for each of you. Of course, Jeffrey called it earlier. Nightmare Weekend was one of the tipping point in changing my brain chemistry for bad movies. I almost picked Nightmare Weekend as one of my favorite of all time, but didn't quite hit the top 3. Nothing's gonna take Houseu out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Mark goes, I believe the episode we did that I was like, this is the kind of movie I want to watch and talk about with Mark all the time was Beyond Evil. Got
Saxon.
Exactly, mostly shirtless John Saxon the whole movie. With Simon, I think you know what I'm going to say, and it's our Idle Hands episode.
Yes.
The greatest segment. I didn't even think it would be that funny, but then we did all the different freaking slang for marijuana, and I injured myself laughing. It took all the granddaddy perp kush, all the dank bongs to get me back into shape.
You sure you didn't injure yourself from sitting on Pete's crotch?
Well, it was the one single individual doobie that did. Oh, sorry. Whew. And as far as Brad goes, of course, I'm gonna say a combo. I gotta say two because like I love both of these. I listen to them back to back all the time. Our SF Brown Rig episode, Super Show, and our Prom Night Megasode. Those are just. I hope people looking for franchisee stuff just to hear two dudes talking for way too long about stuff have found those because I'm very proud of our work on those.
I'm pretty sure no one else had done SF Brown Rig. Well, I won't say no one, but
Right.
I certainly didn't see anybody doing the classic films of SF Brown Rig in an episode. The prom night episode, Megasode, was awesome. We recorded that in bits, so we didn't sit there for 6 hours actually. That was back in the old days. That was those both of those are great. They're on my list as well. And when I get to them, I've got several.
My favorite moment from that was when that one DVD said what SF in SF Brown Rig stood for. And if I recall correctly, it's like Sheridan Fergus Brown Rig. And when I told you that, Brad, without missing a beat, you went, his parents hated him.
Well,
so that was great. Mark, do you have a favorite episode of yours?
So you took mine, and I was afraid that was going to happen. So my runner-up is with The Child that we did in October.
Nice.
Nice. I love The Child.
Great movie.
Me too. It's so weird, and I love talking about it with Richard. It was really fun.
Yay. How about you, Simon?
I had a list of like half a dozen. I'm not going to get into it all because I'd be here all week. But yeah, I'm going to just not overthink it and go, yeah, Idle Hands. And I revisited it last night. As I don't know, you guys have done this, and it feels a bit maybe narcissistic or whatever, but I enjoy it. So whatever, I don't care really. I forget the first one that I did with this, but like listening to episodes you've been on as like a commentary, sort of, like syncing it with the movie. The one that I've maybe done this more than any, and it works perfectly because it actually syncs time-wise with the film, is for Don't Open Till Christmas. So I think they're both like 86 minutes.
Nice.
But I've tried it with other ones, and it's just fun to see where things, you're not intending to do a commentary, but just where you get this accidental magic of things syncing. Like Idle Hands last night from like when it opens with the torch of the, the Columbia lady, and you drop like a vocal sample talking about them heading into the light. And the best bit at the end, where, because it's a bit shorter than the movie, but where it cuts off, there's some, promos and stuff afterwards. But we ended the episode because one of the, I think slang for munchies was, I'm going to get this the wrong way around, was Pizza Ghost. And so you played out with Ghost Pizza by a certain Florida band called Gyro Jets. And the way that it synced with the not commentary was it made it look like the Offspring were playing it for this high school dance.
That's who we style ourselves after. That's like the band that inspired Gyro Jets.
Brilliant. So that just made me love it even more. But yeah, that's the one whether it's 420, whether it's October, that's definitely the one I go back to the most.
Nice. Jeffrey, what's a favorite of yours?
All right, so I'm going to run through some honorable mentions first. These are films that I think we had really strong episodes with, stuff like Boarding House, Kindred, Runaway Nightmare, Miami Golem, Face with Two Left Feet, Slumber Party, Last Slumber Party, sorry. I wrote it wrong in my notes. Hack-A-Lantern, and even like deep cuts that were things that I think you recommended that I wouldn't have necessarily seen on my own, or at least not right away. Things like Sex, Demons, and Death, or The Urge to Kill. Crazy. That was a great one. However, my favorite, like the one that really stood out to me when I was looking through the list of everything we've done, was a very early one. In fact, it was the second episode we ever recorded, Beyond the Door 3.
Oh, yes.
That's when, because our first episode on House of the Laughing Windows, even though I would say that's a Jeffrey movie in some ways, it was a little bit of a, we were still figuring out like the chemistry. Beyond the Door 3, we had gotten it. And that one has so many fond things I remember, like Bosco, the weird little train tramp who plays his flute, Bo Svensson's incredibly long scarf, his like Doctor Who-esque scarf. There's so many different things I think of and love with that movie, and I think we had a really good time talking about it. And I think it set up everything that was to come after.
Yep, yep, yep. Especially the how rude.
How rude.
That sticks in my head forever. Love it. Brad, you got any favorites of the show?
Absolutely. Obviously, like we talked about the SF Brown rig and the prom night megasode. I'm not saying we had anything to do with it, but we did lay out a roadmap for Severin, Arrow, um, all of the boutique labels to put out these films. Only two of our first 7 episodes even had a retail disc that you could buy.
Wow.
So like I said, we didn't care anything about the commercial nature of the podcast. I would say Symptoms, Next of Kin, Dead and Buried.
Nice.
Next of Kin and Symptoms, they did not have Blu-rays. You actually helped me source copies of those, which I thought was amazing. Both of them such great films. And then one we did for Mark was Mortuary. And like so many films that we ultimately love, I did not pay it its proper due the first time I saw it. It took another really nice viewing of Mortuary for me to be like, oh, why didn't I love this to start with? But yes, I would say some of those early ones, which I probably can't even listen to now. We did Next of Kin and Symptoms in our first 7 episodes.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm not saying we had anything to do with it, but we did pick a lot of movies that ended up finally getting, Blu-ray HD releases.
Yep. That's a common theme with this show. I think back in the day, it was we wanted to make sure we covered stuff nobody was talking about. That both Brad and Jeffrey,
And I include
so much of
Jeffrey
our
in.
stuff is now out because of us.
There's many Blu-rays of films that you and Jeffrey have covered that have come out since as well.
Mm-hmm.
We should start making bootlegs of our audio commentary.
We
should.
I was going to say an episode for me, you guys, an early one that has a lot to answer for has got to be, was it like episode 3, The Vibe?
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one, because I remember from that I ended up blind buying Blu-rays of stuff like Murder Obsession and Night of the Devils, and buying discs of like countless other movies. And I'm still, I think I've teased over the years I'd love a sequel for that. I don't know whether, I'm sure it can be done, but it's just like that to me was like the early legendary sort of seminal episode of the show that just sort of opened the flipping floodgates for me.
I mean, Richard was able to articulate what the vibe is, and it's something that I certainly locked onto as well. I knew exactly what he was talking about. People if I had to pick an episode probably that did the most, I'd say it was probably the vibe. People, and by people I mean 12 people, love the vibe episode. We talked about doing a sequel to that episode for years.
We should do it.
But no, I'm glad you mentioned that, because Richard was able to take these feelings and articulate them in a way that was relatable to other horror film fans.
I mean, you say 12 people, but it feels a bit like, what was it, that first Sex Pistols, either Sex Pistols or Velvet Underground, I forget which gig, where only like 12 people showed up to it, but it made a big impact on all of them.
Well, like I said, he nailed it, and people really got it too. And I'm really proud to have been a part of that.
Yay. Absolutely. We also had other questions here before that was so much fun. I forgot. The fave movie you've seen this year, Mark, what do you got?
My favorite movie that I've seen this year, I think my favorite movie, and this sounds really lame, but I really liked Primate. I thought it was so much fun.
Nice.
I do like killer animal movies, and this one just kind of, I was worried we were going to get like a whole hour of backstory, but we didn't get that. And I just thought it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to say Primate. Yeah, I'm not going to monkey around with my answer.
Nice. How about you, Simon?
I had to look that up because I did see the trailer. I thought for the minute it was the one with Robbie Williams, but no, that's like Monkey Man or something.
Better
So,
Man. I love Better Man.
so what was it called? Better Man.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay, yeah, but getting my wires crossed. So not one like from this year, and again, there's always too many of these things. But if I put it down to one, I'd probably say first time watch of this year for me would be Maniac Cop 2. Just because like obviously I love horror stuff, I love action movies as well, and this is just such an insane like an amalgam of both. I wish there were more good sort of action slashes. I actually watched it either the day before, or the day after. I rewatched Cobra, and you could definitely tell there was some influence on it, and just some of the stunts and stuff in it are just absolutely insane. And I'd say it's a sequel for me that I think bests the original as much as I love that too.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Totally. How about you, Jeffrey? What's a movie for you this year you loved?
So my favorite first time Jeffrey film watch of the year is The Devil Ant. This is David the Rock Nelson film. If you're unfamiliar with this man, he is a wild man of conventions and tape orders, and he makes these, backyard monster movies that largely star just himself playing multiple roles, but then also people he like ambushes at conventions or sometimes like on the street and at parties. Yeah, Brooks versus the Werewolf is like his famous one, which stars Conrad Brooks of Plan 9 and Ed Wood fame as an old man who is very happy to tell you, I knew Eddie Wood. But The Devil Ant is a over 2 hour long film that David the Rock Nelson made. He made like 2 sequels to it as well. I have not seen those yet. But The Devil Ant is just this rubber ant that he he has, that he says, in the early parts of the movie, it gets contaminated with nuclear waste. And then he just like brings it around to conventions and puts it in people's faces. Some of them are willing, others are not willing. So it's got cameos from so many people, including Hillary Clinton is in it. And the devil ant just goes "Wah, wah, wah," and kills people. And that's for over 2 hours. I would not subject you to this one, Richard, for the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think you'd like it, but I was in heaven for all of those 130 something minutes.
Wow. That sounds hideous.
Did you say it was 4K, you said?
It's not. No, it's.
Oh, it's not 4K. Okay, I'm sorry.
Resolution cannot capture the devil ant in all of its glory.
Brad, how about you? What's a favorite you've seen this year?
I want to spotlight Identikit from the House of Psychotic Women Rarities collection.
Nice.
It's a 4-movie set with Identikit, I Like Bats, Footprints, and The Other Side of the Underneath. Identikit stars Elizabeth Taylor. It's based on Muriel Sparks' book, The Driver's Seat, and I just fell in love with it. It's got his name escapes me because it's early. The gentleman that did Footprints, the cinematography.
Storaro.
The Crystal Flip. Storaro, thank you. Cinematography by Storaro. It's beautiful, just like you would expect. Elizabeth Taylor it's a pretty risque part, really, for the time and for one of the largest movie stars in the world, Elizabeth Taylor. I would highly recommend you seeking it out. I would love to see them. I don't know if they did release it on a standalone. I don't think they did, but I would love to see somebody release it standalone. Although I must say it is very much of a similar idea or feeling as Footprints, and I think they do belong on the same set as far as that goes. But I just loved Identikit, and I've seen it. We watched it twice now, and Elizabeth bought the bonus, the big to do set, and it came with a scarf that Elizabeth Taylor wears in the film.
Brad, can I just ask you quickly, because I've had that box set like over a year, and I keep putting off The Other Side of the Underneath. What did you think of that?
I don't think we watched it yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds pretty intense.
It does, yes. I like bats. I like bats. That was
I did that too. Yeah.
Identikit, obviously Footprints. I have not seen The Other Side of the Underneath yet, so
okay.
I have seen that one. It's really good. It is definitely more more geared toward the art house crowd than
Sure.
it's got elements of horror to some degree, but it's not quite as much. But the filmmaker's great, and I think it's a great film. I watched her stuff when the BFI put out a bunch of her stuff years ago on Blu-ray, and I watched it all, and I thought it was all great.
Yeah, it feels
Duly
like one of those
noted.
films, like if I want to give myself like a, rather than paying, I don't know, like 180 to 100 quid or whatever it costs now for a therapist for like a couple of hours to put a film like that on.
Yeah.
It feels like it'd be that sort of movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, favorite first time watch for me this year was one that had just kept avoiding me for years, and I think it might have gone out of print at some point. It might still be out of print. A little movie called Mirror Mirror from 1990. It's a very nice, very goth horror movie. The lead actress is she's got the goth look down, and it feels more of an authentic kind of goth thing where she shaved the sides of her head and she's got like just the not flashy style of goth. It's really cool. The movie is a supernatural horror movie that got way more zany than I was expecting.
Mhm.
It goes so over the top, and it tries to outdo itself with wilder and wilder things. And yeah, I highly recommend if you haven't gotten to Mirror Mirror yet. I'm curious about the sequel. Is there a sequel or sequels?
There's at least one sequel.
Definitely
I
one
think it's
sequel.
Raven
Yeah.
Dance. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
good. Fun fact about Mirror Mirror, the screenwriters of this film are a sister duo who also wrote middle grade horror novels in the 90s and some teen novels as well, if I'm not mistaken. And they actually adapted the concept and some like elements of the plot of Mirror Mirror into a series horror book for middle grade children with the
Oh,
same name. It's also titled Mirror Mirror, but skewed for kids and not quite as not quite as intense as
nice.
the film is.
Now,
That's all.
when you say middle grade, do you mean like lesser quality children?
No, meaning between elementary and junior high school. That's what I write for. Middle grade, middle grade.
Thank
I
you.
taught middle grade children for years, so I know
Mhm.
what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a middle grade child.
I'm a middle grade adult. I'm just kidding. I'm lower grade. And finally, Travis asks about 3 Italian Gothic movies. Let's hear them, guys. Mark, start us off.
So I went with The Doll of Satan, which I absolutely
Nice.
love that film. It's in 1969. Um, La Bambo La di Satana,
That's
which
it.
was my stripper name, but it didn't work because it was just too hard to say. And by the time they got it out, my number was already over. Ferruccio Casafinita, but I love that one. I also love, I hope I didn't take this off anybody else's, Kill Baby Kill.
Oh, yeah.
I just find it incredible. It's from '66, Mario Bava with Erica Blanc. Just so much fun. I love Kill Baby Kill. I remember the first time I saw it, I bought the Blu-ray and I was just like, what is this? But then I had to watch it again because there's just something about it in my mind. I'm like, I can't get this out of my head. So I had to watch it. And it's just, there's something creepy about it. Just kind of like gets under your skin, which I just found incredible. And my last would be, of course, Bloody Pit of Horror, because I do love
Ooh.
Mickey Hargitay, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. It's just so strange. 65, Massimo Pupilio.
Pupilo.
Pupillo. Yeah, Mickey's costume is just great. He's got this weightlifter, but he's wearing that mask, and it's just so strange. And I love everything about it. It's just so weird and quirky. It's kind of fits me to a T. So that's mine.
So oily.
Again, it fits me to a T.
How about you, Simon? What's some Italian goths you got?
Sorry, give me a sec. I'm like rearranging my notes here and I've got them all muddled up now. Oh dear. Well, the first one I can say, because you beat me to it, Mark, but great minds think alike, would be Kill Baby Kill, which I believe we covered for a Halloween episode some years ago. I could have made this list all Barbers, really. Yeah, by proxy, we're talking other Barbers, stuff like The Whip in the Body, Least from the Devil. Was this, sorry, I forget now, sorry, Travis who asked this question.
Yeah.
He opened a can of worms here. I started looking at lists of letterboxed lists, which there's someone called, I think it's Senior Ward, who I think is he the guy who, pseudonym of the guy who was the Jallo podcast or did? I don't know whether it's still current with Rachel Nisbet.
Yeah, I think that's over, but yeah, that sounds like him.
And it was all basically was referred from those. You've used him a few times on episodes we've done. Roberto Curti.
Oh yeah,
books. And my God, let's say he opened a real can of worms with this question, because it's like, where do you draw the line? Talking gothic giallos, and then you're talking about you could really drive people nuts. Like, for instance, talking about everybody's favorite giallo, Suspiria. Of course, but anyway, sorry. I'll try and close that barrel of worms. So yeah, Kill Baby Kill. If I had to pick a Bava, The Ghost, which you guys I think introduced me to. I haven't unwrapped the 4K yet, but can't freaking wait. Again, by proxy, horrible Dr. Hitchcock. Thank you, Brad, for kindly sending me both the DVD and the Blu-ray of that. I think, and
you are welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and Tragic Ceremony, and said before, God, this is just going to a list now. Is it Murder Obsession? Again, you guys introduced me to I Blind Bought. I had 3 more honorable mentions. I've got question marks on all of these because I'm not sure whether they count. I've got like Inferno, The Beyond. The Beyond, is that more Southern Gothic, or Southern Gothic as done, I suppose, by an Italian, of course. And The Arcane Sorcerer as well, which that is. Really needs a crying out for a wide release. But the last one, if I was picking the 3, so it's my 3, so I've rambled on a bit, would be Kill Baby Kill, The Ghost, and Death Smiles and the Murderer, which you guys have covered in depth, so I don't need to say any more on that one.
Nicely
thank you for introducing me to it.
How about you, Jeffrey?
So I also had Kill Baby Kill. I had Death Smiles on a Murderer.
Yes.
So I'm going to replace those with Toby Dammit from Spirits
yes.
Dead. Love that one. I mean, the whole movie's good, but we know that's the best one. And then lastly, Mill of the Stone Women is a big time favorite of mine. Love that one so much.
So good.
I heard Tim Lucas say once, I don't know what you guys think of this, that there's an argument to be made that Toby Dammit might be the greatest hour of Italian horror ever made. And it's hard to sort of pin it down to something, but he might be onto something. Not Tim Lucas, like he knows anything, come on.
He only wrote a whole book about it.
Who knows?
Totally.
That young kid still coming around. Yeah. No. Brad, how about you? What's some Italian gothicals?
Sure, I've got The Horrible Secret of Dr. Hitchcock, or The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock.
Nice.
Don't put a T in it, put a T on your back. I've also got The Ghost, so I just absolutely love Ricardo Fredo. I don't have this new Blu-ray of The Ghost. I don't. We're gonna have to. No, wait, I do. I see it. Yeah, I've got it. So I'm really looking forward to debuting that when the time is right. I went with a Bava because I don't think you could leave out a Bava, but it's not the Bava that you think it is. I also picked Lisa and the Devil. It is my favorite Bava horror film. Obviously, Black Sunday could have gone in there, but yes, Lisa and the Devil. I believe it's your favorite Bava as well, Richard. If I remember correctly, yeah, and just a wonderful, wonderful film. I mean, Mill of the Stone Women, That Smiles on Murder, all the picks that we've got. Some of the marks I've not seen. The Doll of Satan, I haven't seen that. And the one that was your stripper name, I haven't seen that one either. But
that was the Doll of Satan. It's really fun. You should find it. I highly recommend the Doll of Satan. It's very fun. Absolutely
take it under consideration. And I think I've got a copy somewhere. I'm not sure. But just solid picks from everybody.
I agree. I'm going to replace one of mine because, of course, it was Kill Baby Kill. I'm going to replace that one with a Italian-Spanish co-production called Scream of the Demon Lover, which is a sexy little goth movie that came out like after the classy stuff. So it was in between like the really trashy ones and the classy black and white days. But it's really good. There's some bondage themes, which is what I pursue in my life. And I picked Terror Creatures from the Grave.
Nice.
Absolutely love it. I don't know if it's bad or boring or people don't care about it. I just absolutely have always loved that one. It's definitely one of Barbara Steele's lesser ones that she did, but I just really, really, really love it. And last but not least is for me, The Long Hair of Death. I
Mm.
love that movie so much. It is just like it scares me. Like it's actually like weirdly like a suffocating vibe that like really traps you, and I just absolutely adore it. And my runner up is Ernest Goes to Jail.
It's true.
Ugh.
Brad, you need to watch that seriously, just for the pen scene. Watch the pen scene.
That is easily the most gothic of the Ernest franchise.
Well, I'm not sure why I haven't seen it, but like I said, my mom took me to see Saves Christmas,
Oh, it's
Mhm.
awesome.
and Ernest Goes to Camp was a huge hit amongst my adolescent set. So,
Absolutely.
and I like Jim Varney, relatively local guy, took something and made something out of it.
Totally.
I mean,
Oh,
big
genius.
time.
Thank you again, Travis, for writing in, for calling in. I'm always glad to hear from you, sir.
This is famed director Werner Herzog. I've made many movies and documentaries. I think maybe you might have covered one of my movies, or perhaps not. Maybe one with Klaus Kinski. Anyway, I'm taking this time to say congratulations on making it to 300 episodes of Hello, This is the Doom Show. Despite the cold calculations of a uncaring universe, this is so immense that mankind is merely a drop of small water in an ocean of indifference. You, Richard, and your merry band of co-hosts have endeavored to persevere through the short years you have to live in this world. And that is commendable. I will say that much like when I had to deal with Klaus Kinski, you have dealt with much difficulty in your lives, and you have persevered admirably. But I will say this, you have covered many movies in your hilarious podcasts that I will never watch because I've never heard of them. But I am glad to be elucidated by your podcast on things that I've missed. But, you know, life is too short, and soon I will be taken by the dark veil of death, so I spend my time having copious amounts of sex and injecting fentanyl into my eyeballs. Anyway, peace out, bitches. Keep on doing the great work. Herzog out.
And then we had a second only to Lietta in terms of celebrity appearances on the show. We heard from the great Werner Herzog. Oh my God.
I couldn't believe it. In fact, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy. His manager, his handler's name is Lee, and I appreciate Lee for making that happen. Lee is a part of the wonderful podcast called "They Must Be Destroyed on Sight," so go seek them out. And he pulled some strings to get us Werner calling in.
Man, I like how you put fame director behind his name, so we know.
I just wanted to be real because that's what he does. He identifies himself.
No, it was great. It was great.
Am I the Kinski?
Klaus.
Because I have the same body type, so I thought maybe I'm the Kinski. Is there photos of him on his deathbed? I might have his body type when he was dying.
I'm sorry. I'm still speechless after that.
Yeah.
I saw a Gire.
Oh yeah,
Wrath of God.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What do you think?
They pulled a boat over a mountain.
No, it's Fitzcarraldo.
I've seen Fitzcarraldo. I've also seen a Gire. But that's the one where
he throws the monkey.
Explorer,
No,
right?
he gives the monkey a little kiss on the head and says, "Good monkey, go do your thing."
All right, we have some wonderful written letters. We got lots of letters from folks. So I'm gonna read some stuff from some people. We didn't write our own feedback, I promise. First up is from Ray, and Ray has some things to say about our blood and lace, which Brad and I will have to answer for. So he says, long time listener here, but he says, Richard, I wanted to say that I also prefer my hot dogs burnt to a crisp on the outside. Great minds with questionable taste think alike. This is true. I still love to cook a hot dog until it almost doesn't resemble a hot dog anymore. And he also says, when discussing the twist ending of Blood and Lace, he wondered why we forgot to mention the real life gossipy love life and marriage history of Gloria Graham. The film doesn't exactly mirror it per se, but leans toward it in a similar way. Art imitates life sort of a way. Brad, we didn't talk about that. I didn't think about that.
No, it's a sad story, and I like Gloria Graham. That might be on my end why we didn't, but he's right. If I remember correctly, nutshelling it, she had younger paramours at the end of her life. Is that right? Am I thinking right?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. I should probably not speak when I don't know what I'm talking about. But I know
Never
that
stops me.
that she died relatively young, and it was a sad story. She's wonderful in all the things that I've seen her in.
Oh, totally. And like when she's intimidating, she's really intimidating.
Absolutely. No, she was definitely somebody. She was like a powerful woman, kind of like not. It doesn't remind me of her, but sort of like a Barbara Stanwyck or an Ida Lupino, somebody that you could think of back then that was a strong, tough, independent lady.
But Ray says, thanks for all you do and congrats on happy 300. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. We got Lonely Bob, aka Kevin. And this guy took over the reins of Legion podcasts when Bo stepped down from running the show. So thank you, Lonely Bob, for keeping Legion podcast going. And he says, hey, H to Dits gang, congratulations on the 300 episode milestone. Thank you for being a member of Legion Podcast Network and bringing, hold on, back of the napkin math. If each episode is 1 hour long, that means 3,000 hours of entertainment, or in other words, 125 days of listening. But we all need to sleep, right? So heck, we'll round it up to 1 year enjoyment to listeners' ears. Congratulations again, and cheers to the next 100 episodes.
Very kind. You recently mentioned we were talking about Legion podcast, and you mentioned it. I thought you were describing Bob, not naming him, but you were naming him.
I did it. I did it.
Thank you, Bob.
And we've got a longtime listener, good friend of the show named Mark. Mark, this isn't from you. This is from Mark.
Right. I did not write this.
So Mark says, congratulations on episode 300. I love Hello, This is the Doom Show, and I am very thankful for all that you, your fellow hosts and guests have done to create such a wonderful podcast. Over the years, you have introduced me to many films that I now cherish, and you have deepened my appreciation for movies that I already loved. On top of all that, your show is fun and enjoyable. So thank you very much for Hello, This is the Doom Show, your correspondence, and for covering movies that I suggested. I'll be forever grateful that you did an episode on my beloved Mortuary from 1983, and you did several more than that. It means a lot. You duders are awesome. Best wishes, Mark. Thank you, Mark, and thank you for just continuing to be one of the most wonderful people. I mean, we love all our fans, but Mark really is someone that reached out to us and is just a super cool guy.
Just a wonderful guy.
And it's not me.
And it's not Mark.
It's not Mark. It's Mark.
Yeah, I got confused about that for a while, Tom. Sorry, Brad. Come.
No. Go ahead.
You know, a bit like the possibility of there being more than one person who has the same luggage, that two people could have the same first name. Richard had to kind of set me straight on that.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's why we all got the matching tattoos.
Exactly.
No, Mortuary was awesome.
I love it. I love that movie so much. That was one of those movies that I really thought I had seen. And I was mixing it up with, I think it was One Dark Night was the one I mixed it up with for years. And finally watching Mortuary was just jaw-dropping. It's so good. It's a party movie.
Certainly.
All right. And finally, we have a new listener First time writer in here named Fred Dreadful. And this is from Fred. He says, "Hello, your podcast is delightful. In fact, we're parasocial friends. You're just the half that doesn't know about it. Anyway, here are a few suggestions for the upcoming 300th episode. Starter pack of Giallo films. My experience is limited to Argento and Fulci, and I'd like to dive headlong into the incomprehensible, sleazy end of the genre. Suggestions on the wildest films to start with would be appreciated." And next up, he says, "It would be great if you covered Quartermass miniseries 1979, a bizarro fusion of folk horror and dystopian science fiction. I like I like Hammer's Quartermass movies as much as the next guy, but this series is creepy AF with a finale that cuts to the bone." And last, Fred says, "It's a bit off topic, but any music recommendations, particularly metal or punk? Kind regards, Fred." So, real quick, I'll do my Giallo. Three Giallo I tell people to watch who want to get into it. Case of the Bloody Iris, perfect place to start. Next up would be Seven Bloodstained Orchids. The movie's a miracle. And sticking with Lenzi, do Eyeball. Gotta do Eyeball. What about you, Mark? What's some Giallo you would recommend?
So you took Eyeball from me because I absolutely love Eyeball so much. I also really like the Red Queen Kills Seven Times.
Yes.
And then did you say Death Walks in High Heels?
I did not.
Okay, I like that one too because I like high heels and I kind of consider myself deadly. And then Suspiria, before anyone else takes Suspiria, I want to call Suspiria. That's my favorite
That's
Giallo.
on. You're a man after my own heart.
Does the night Evelyn came out of the grave, would that count?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I want to throw that in there too because I love that one so much. Besides Suspiria.
Suspiria is my favorite Crimmy.
Oh, that's right. It's a Crimmy. I forgot.
Oh, now you're gonna split hairs.
Ooh, trying to start something here.
Oh my God, Simon, what about you?
So yeah, I have a list I'll just try and rattle through. I can't believe I didn't put Seven Bloodstained Orchids on here. So he was saying also, did he say wanted wild and sleazy and incomprehensible ones?
Yeah.
These all, I think, maybe have a bit of those. So if Strip Nude for Your Killer. Oh, this is very apt, by the way, and I'll raise this in your general direction. I've just poured, and it is past 5 o'clock, by the way, so I'm not going to feel guilty about this. Raising a glass of J&B in your general direction while we discuss Jali. Cheers.
I'm drinking.
Well, hey.
I'm drinking. It's morning, so you don't have anything to
It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
So, you're excused. Strip Nude for Your Killer. Torso. Eyeball.
Finally. Gotta have a Martino in there.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, and that is my go-to, definitely. Eyeball, Case of the Bloody Iris, Nothing Underneath, Too Beautiful to Die, Delirium or Photos of Goya, whatever the hell the title is. Autopsy, which I was thinking about recently and I always feel bad complaining about the weather to you guys because I don't know how it is where you're based, Mark. But we're just, when it gets to like even in the early to mid 20s, I just can't cope, and we're all in like brick houses with no air conditioning, so we have a heat wave. It's just sorry.
Yes, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's totally that way here too. We have all the windows open, and it's
yeah.
It went from like we're wearing winter coats yesterday, and now we're all in shorts and in like t-shirts. It's so weird, but yeah, with no AC.
Yeah, it's completely bipolar. But again, I feel bad to complain about it. So I remember listening to, I forget what episode it was, Richard and I covered where he was saying about weather in Florida in December, where he has that trajectory, but within a day.
It's true. It's so hideous.
I just feel like such a wuss for complaining about it. But anyway, it made me think of Autopsy because that's the ultimate like heat wave Giallo. Just where the heat's making everyone lose their minds and it's sleazy and crazy as fuck. The Killer in It Deserve 9 Seats. Yeah, Brad, you kindly sent me my first DVD of that, and that is a favourite. I nearly put it in a list of Gothic films as well, actually, because that's sort of a Gothic Giallo. As is my final one, which will be Murder Obsession.
Boom.
Lovely.
Borrowing the joke off of Brad and Richard. Is it Barn?
Oh yeah, Bam or Barn.
Barn.
Anything works, really. Just throw it in there.
Jeffrey, what's some Giallo you got?
So I focused on like the wild and unusual aspect because obviously like you could definitely have a list of these are the ones that you should watch to like understand what a giallo is. I chose ones that like will confuse you about what a giallo is. And they're all ones that we love, but again, they sort of like stretch the definition a little bit in unusual directions. So things like The Red Queen Kills Seven Times, Delirium, 1972, House of the Laughing Windows, The Dead or Alive, Footprints on the Moon. Again, all I think we would say giallo, but weird giallo, and certainly wild and unexpected. And we'll, expand right from the get-go, expand your definition of what a giallo can be, so that soon you'll be saying, yes, Suspiria is a giallo. Of course it is.
I wish I'd thrown Footprints in there. That is my jam right there.
I thought
I'd laid money that Jeffrey would have said in the folds of the flesh.
That one, absolutely. It's there. Put it in. It's
There you go.
I thought you were going to say Fatal Frames.
I mean, I also considered it, but in a lot of ways, that one is kind of a traditional giallo, more or less. Except for this one, black hole in the center of it.
Brad, what are some giallos?
I mean, you guys have hit a lot of the classics. Eyeball is something that I would have said. Eyeball is a crowd pleaser. It's a perfect Saturday afternoon film. The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. I would also say All the Colors of the Dark, just because that's my favorite Martino Giallo. All the Colors of the Dark. It's just
same.
So wacky, and but any of his are fantastic. Obviously, I don't immediately go to Argento and Fulci when I think of Gialli. I'm not sure that everyone does after you get into them, but Martino is who I typically think of. But no, you guys have, obviously Seven Bloodstained Orchids, Case of the Bloody Iris. Those are all just their hits. Eyeball, like I said, Eyeball was one of the first movies that Richard sent me. I had exhausted retail Gialli, and so he sent me some choice films, and I'll always love Eyeball just for that reason. Not to mention the fact that it's a great film. It just is. It's a great Giallo. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. As for Fred's question about Quartermass, the miniseries, I've definitely never seen that. I have only seen one Quartermass film. I've been very bad about checking out that series of films.
I've seen all three Quatermass films.
Yeah, I love the Quatermass films.
Nice.
They are, he described them to a T. They are very creepy and kind of get under your skin, I think.
That's the only one I haven't actually seen. That's is it like late 70s with John Mills. I've seen did it predate the first films, the black and white TV serial? I've seen that. So I've seen all of them, I think, aside from that one, but it has been on my radar for years.
Nice.
And I have a quick aside, if that's okay. I'm going to go back to the Giallos, because a lot of times people, I think they just watch films on their own. They don't watch them with others. But if you're like at a family event, you have kids and your grandparents, go for Giallo in Venice. That's the one you want to watch with everyone you love, and it'll be a litmus test to see who actually likes you when it's over.
You want to get cut out of a will, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say not obviously, but I would say once you get into Gialli, I would start looking into American films that were influenced by Gialli, because there's a very nice, rich vein of those as well. Dressed to Kill. I won't even go through them. Let him discover them on his own. But yeah, there's lots of American films that are Giallo inspired. I would go so far as to call them American Giallos. People get all butthurt about Giallo, as Simon has made an absolute living on Suspiria as a Giallo on Facebook and social media.
My other one that I've sort of memed slightly to death was Friday the 13th. And I did a post when I was still blogging about American Gialli. And just because of the whodunit aspects, I did talk a bit about Friday the 13th with it. And it is stretching at the edges of it. I completely admit that. But
I disagree. I think throw it in there. I think it's...
Thank you.
Sadly, the Nice Ties group is less active than it used to be on good old Facebook. We used to really give him what for with Simon. He would send me something. I'm like, oh my god, please send that to the group, please. It's so good.
Photos of bottles of Gialli, bottles of J&B in all kinds of different shows, and then claims it to be Gialli. NCIS Gialli.
Yeah.
I think you sent me one with it from probably like the X-Files, but it's not J&B, it's like J&P or something, which sounds like the green bottle.
Ooh. Oh, and Fred asked about some music recommendations, punk and metal. I already responded to him with a huge list of stuff in email. So I'm just going to pick one, and that's because I'm an old thrash head. Hex, Hexx, Morbid Reality is the album. It is one of those quintessential thrash albums that I strongly recommend. Do you guys got any other albums for Fred, Mark?
As far as metal goes, I'm that's not really something that is in my oeuvre, so I guess I would say Bananarama. And as far as punk, I guess the punkiest I go would be Susie and the Banshees. I don't even know if that's punk anymore, but I'm a huge Susie fan.
Oh, it works.
So yeah, but I'm sorry as far as the thrash metal. That's I don't know. I couldn't. I'd be lying if I told you I even knew.
I would love to hear you try.
I know all about thrash metal. I'm sorry, I don't.
Simon, you got any music recommends?
For metal and punk, even though I grew up with a lot of metal stuff, I'm not really the person to ask, and it'd all be very, very obvious stuff. Well, one I'd say that isn't an answer, but echoing Mark saying about Bananarama, as a few of you guys know, I'm completely obsessed with Boards of Canada, especially because there's finally a fucking new album coming. From what I've heard of, like one of the single they dropped, and the reports about these listening parties yesterday, that might almost be metal. It sounds like it's going to be really dark. But no, that's not really an answer. That's just me channeling some of my enthusiasm for that. But okay, a metal one that I do go back to a bit more at the moment because I am more into like electronica and film music would maybe be someone like Sleep. Like I often joke, that one track they did, what is it called? Dope Smoker, that's just like an hour-long track. Say when I'm lacking sleep, I'll just put that on a repeat for a few hours. But no, that's all I got. Sorry.
Nice. How about you, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'm not really a punker or a metalhead, but I will recommend a couple things outside of that nevertheless maybe carry some of the same sensibility, particularly in wanting to mess up and play around with your ears. So I would go with Throbbing Gristle and Coil. Check those out. See how you feel at the end. And a connection there. At one point, Stephen Thrower, our beloved Stephen Thrower, was a member of the band Coil in one of its many incarnations.
When was he part of? They did like an soundtrack for Hellraiser that was rejected or something,
and it's really good. It's getting a vinyl reissue in like its ultimate form pretty soon, and it's so good.
Yeah, I like his new thing that he does called Unicazerne. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a duo that Stephen Thrower does. That shit's freaking harsh and like beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
Cool. Hey, Brad, how about you?
Well, as a child, I owned Metallica's Black Album on cassette, so I consider myself to be a metal authority. No, I don't listen to metal. I'm an indie rock and indie pop guy. I mean, I like a lot of different genres, but I love the twee bands, from Sarah Records, the Smiths, it is shoegaze. As far as punk goes, there's a band. They're from the UK. They're called The Clash. No, I'm just kidding. They are, but no. As far as punk goes, punk had such a wide umbrella, sort of like we were talking about.
Yeah.
I consider early Elvis Costello punk, and I would check out his second album, this year's Model. As far as very upbeat pop rock, but also with just a very snot delivery. I think some people don't listen to the words as much as they should. But no, I'm not. I don't listen to metal. I'm sure. I have no doubt that you sent him some very good recommendations, Richard.
Oh, and I went way outside the box too, sending him like Terra Mellos and Gorilla Toss. I'm a big Gorilla Toss fan. Yeah, I sent him some eclectic things, but I could still jump back into the old metalhead days from when I was 15 within a second. And a punk album that I listened to and I still can't believe it's real is Crass's Feeding of the 5,000. I go back to that and just can't believe I listened to that and then still got into ska. Like I hurt myself.
I wasn't going to mention ska.
I set myself back a pace by getting into ska and making it my whole personality. And now I want those years back. Pretty bad.
I mean, you're a two-tone guy. You
I
just are.
know, I know. Thank you for noticing.
You're welcome.
All right, so before we go, I know Mark has a game for us. Mark, what is and Brad has a question time for us. So
Oh, I
let's
have a
do
game
the
too, very
Oh wow,
briefly.
we got two games. All right, let's do this shit. Mark, let's do Mark's game. Do it.
Oh, are you sure? Okay, all right. So the way this works is I have you get to choose between A and B, and they have a title to kind of help you with it, but choose wisely. Okay. And then once one has been picked, it drops out, and then the other person will have a repeat question or choice, and then a new choice. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'll start. I'll just go from the bottom up if that's okay. So Simon, I'll start with you if that's okay.
Okay.
So A is Chucky's Angels, or B is Mother Make It Stop. So A, Chucky's Angels, or B, Mother Make It Stop.
A Chucky's Angels.
All right. So that tiny terror from the Child's Play franchise has opened up his own agency of killer queens for hire. Which three women of horror will make the cut? So you get to pick three female figures in horror that you think would be great for this agency.
Okay, well, one, I'm going to bring back Christina Lease from Child's Play 2. Say Jill Sholin as well.
Nice.
I don't know, I'm just first off the top of my head, so I'm going to overthink this otherwise, and Heather Langenkamp.
Awesome.
Oh, Heather. All right, thank you. All right, so Brad. So you get to choose between A, Mother Make It Stop, or B, The Facts of Life Redo.
I would have gone with A, but for Natha, I'm going to go with B.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so The Facts of Life Redo. Television's most beloved classic sitcom is getting a movie reboot from Blumhouse. Which horror director will helm the production, and what horror subgenre will they go with to entice their audience? So, for example, William Castle will be hired, and his will be a haunted house themed film. So,
Okay, gotcha. For Bloom, I would say Flanagan, Mike Flanagan would be the director. And although you said it, I'm gonna take it. It would be a haunted house film. The Facts of Life. They have the the living area, and then they've got Mrs. Garrett's shop.
Yes.
I think there'd have to be a ghost involved.
they'd be in trouble. And then I thank you
Yes.
for playing.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. No, it's a great question, and I love the Facts of Life as well.
Oh yeah, because you take the good and you take the bad, and there you have the Facts of Life.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. All right. So Richard, I'm gonna skip you real quick. I'm gonna go to Jeffrey.
Okay.
All right, Jeffrey, are you ready?
I think so.
So A is Mother Make It Stop, or B is Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Alice doesn't live here anymore.
It's a time slip that alters the fate of our final girl in the original Friday the 13th film. Which formerly murdered counselor gets their comeuppance over Mrs. Voorhees to make them the final person? I have them listed if you need me to read them.
Well, I don't know. I forget her name, but the first girl, the hitchhiker, who is has her throat slit, she comes back, and her throat is still slit. she can't talk, so she's just like, "That was really rude." It gets her comeuppance. She's just been stumbling around the woods.
So that's Annie. That's my favorite counselor of the whole series, and that's
Uh-huh.
Robbie Morgan.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love Annie. Okay, thank you for playing.
Perfect.
All right, Richard, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, we have Mother Make It Stop as A, or B is White Wedding.
Mother, make it stop, please.
All right. So, which horror film franchise do you think ran longer than necessary, and at which entry should it have stopped? So, like, I would say Magic Mike, and it should have stopped after Magic Mike XXL.
Oh my God. I'm gonna go with the Saw franchise. I wanted the Saw franchise to stop during the first production meeting. I know there are Saw fans. I'm sorry. You guys should stop, but it's okay. I just don't like that whole franchise from the first film, mainly because of its editing. The silly whoopsie doodle new metal editing that makes me want to freaking throw up is the worst thing that's ever happened to horror for many years.
All right. Okay. Well, that's my questions then. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, yes. Let's see. Brad, or do you want to Jeffrey, do you want to your game? What do you guys want to do?
Whatever.
I'm okay either way.
All right, Jeffrey, let's do
All
it.
right. All right. So my game is super simple. And it does involve everybody, but it really is testing Richard's mettle as our chief captain of this podcast, who's had long running conversations and relationships with us throughout the years. And we're going to see how well you know your co-hosts. And to do this, you're really just going to answer one question. You'll get two guesses for each person, just in case you mess up the first time. And for each of us, you need to determine one film that we hate. That's it.
A film that we hate, that like collectively.
No. A film that each one of us hates personally.
Oh, gotcha.
So start with Mark down there.
Mark loves everything. Mark has never hated in his life. But maybe Mark hates a remake. Maybe Mark is not down with I can't think of a single thing. What, Mark, tell me, what's a movie you hate, Mark? I can't think of anything.
So real quick, Jeffrey, do you know the answers to these?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. I thought, oh my gosh. Okay. So there is really only one film that, like, if I could erase from the face of the earth, I would, and I want my time back. And it is Filthy McNasty. It was the stupidest movie I've ever seen in my life. It was atrocious. Oh, that one makes me angry. That's the only thing I say about, but that is one I absolutely hate. Other than that, I can deal with any other film, but I just can't handle Filthy McNasty. Sorry, I feel bad, but yeah.
This game is already great for me because I'm adding that to my watch list. I want to know what Filthy McNasty
Please don't,
is.
Jeffrey. It really is just. Please don't. Oh my gosh.
It's only 47 minutes. That's a great length.
A lot can happen in 40 or cannot happen in 47 minutes. Oh, Jeffrey. Okay.
It feels longer.
Remember, I didn't recommend it. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay, a film that Simon hates. A film that Simon hates. I could see. I'm going to go ahead and be racist against you because you're British, but I think you hate Bend It Like Beckham.
I've never seen it, so I can't comment on that. I was thinking about this just because, again, I'm kind of a lover, not a fighter sort of thing. I had two that came to mind. One was, and who knows if I rewatch these now, because it's been years, I might completely change my mind, but would be St. Elmo's Fire, as much as I love all those like Brat Pack movies. Oh, that was one.
Yikes.
Some of the after ones, films you wish had turned into a slasher film, that is fucking it. Yeah, I don't need to say anymore. And there's another one that I watched. I don't know whether I watched all of it. I had to look up the title of it. It's called An American Carol from 2008, which is a Zucker Brothers film. I heard it described once, and again, we've already watched it. This hit me right at the time. Whether it would the same years later, I don't know. But it was sort of described in one review as like a liberal witch hunt in court jester's clothing, and that is exactly how it struck me at the time. I just thought it was horrible. And it's a shame because you got people like Leslie Nielsen. I think it was very late for him, and like Kelsey Grammer. I'm morbidly curious to go back to it, but yeah, those are the only two I can think of the top of my head I outright fucking hated.
Okay, so that means it's Jeffrey's turn for me to think of a film.
Save Jeffrey for the last.
Okay, save Jeffrey for last.
You could.
So you want me to go next, Brad?
Yeah, I mean,
pick you. Yes,
I hate all kinds of things.
I know a film that from my experience you hate. A little movie called Soul Survivors.
I was thinking of that one.
Yes. I would have also accepted and I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but Cinedoche, New York.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie that I hated and I will never watch again ever. But no, yes, Soul Survivors was awful.
That's
the killer cut.
That's the only, as far as I know, that's the only film that Richard and I did where we agreed that it wasn't good that beforehand. Like it was not something that we were passionate about whatsoever. Either one of us. It was a fun episode.
I'm looking at the poster now, and it's so horrible. It's like that late '90s trend of let's put everybody on the poster.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I think that's probably where that trend burned out because it looks so fucking tired.
So yeah, I picked that because I thought it'd be funny to make fun of. And I didn't know that Soul Survivors would drain Brad's life energy.
No. You're misremembering show lore. I chose that one for you too.
You did?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
That's right. No, I remember now.
It was
Wow, I have no
comeuppance
memory.
for a film that Brad chose for us to talk about.
God, 15 years is a long time, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
And then just to be clear, this is not Soul Survivor, which was like a
No.
This is Soul Survivor.
Eliza
Yes,
Dushku,
2001.
Luke
Blur.
Perry.
Mhm.
Oh no, sorry, Luke Wilson, not Luke Perry.
Oh, I want Luke Perry.
We
I
could
do
throw
not-
Luke Perry in there.
I really don't
Wes
remember
Bentley?
this.
I mean, it wasn't antagonistic. I didn't pick it because I thought you'd hate it, but I don't remember what it was.
No,
Neither do I.
I know what it is very well because I actually changed my opinion when watching and recording it, which often happens. That happened with things like Blood Cult, right? I didn't like it until we talked about it, and then I loved it.
Sure.
That film was Bloodsucker Leads the Dance.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's great. I love that movie.
I'm glad you do.
I love that I remember that as being a Jeffrey movie and had nothing to do with Brad picking it whatsoever.
Yeah, I probably am very angry on that episode, but then you hear me like softening up over the course of it.
That's amazing. Does somebody fall down the stairs in that movie, or did I fall down the stairs because of the movie?
Maybe we all did.
I remember a staircase or something. That's all I really remember.
Well, it's in a big house, so that would make sense.
Yeah, I remember I did not enjoy it.
So for Jeffrey picking a movie that Jeffrey hates is very difficult because it's like a minefield of like no one would like this. This is a joke, and then Jeffrey's like, "Nope, I have the poster. Got it autographed." How about that Day of the Dead 2, the one that was like a direct-to-video sequel in name only to Day of the Dead, George Romero's Day of the Dead. So Day of the Dead 2.
I mean, I would probably dislike that, but I haven't seen that.
But what is a movie you hate, Jeffrey?
No, you got one more guess.
Oh, I got one more?
Yeah, you get two guesses for each person.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Try
I
harder.
I love memorizing rules. I think it would be, what was that parody of? It was a Canadian parody of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh,
Like I still know what you did last.
Shriek If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th. I fucking love that movie.
Okay,
that movie's
yep.
great.
It's impossible. This is impossible.
That movie has some hilarious jokes in it.
It's so Canadian, right? That's a bit. Was that Canadian? Or was I just misremembering?
It could be. I would believe it. It feels Canadian now that you say it. Yeah, with me it's good to pick sometimes like overhyped modern horror movies that people adore. Just off the top of my head, last night I went and saw at the drive-in Obsession, this new movie that's out.
Yeah.
I'd like the YouTube person. I hated it. It was terrible.
Really? I had 2 people tell me that they enjoyed it, and I thought about going and seeing it this weekend.
Yeah.
Oof, I mean, go see it. Maybe you might like it. I didn't like a single thing about it.
I've only heard one person that didn't like that movie so far, and that's been Jeffrey.
I'm a hater. What can I say?
That's okay. That's okay. You help balance this out.
What was that movie last year that again, it sounds like a relationship thing? Was it Together, which might have sounded more interest that was leading to body horror, but I have no interest, and it's like people enjoy it fine, but I just don't care.
Yeah, I saw that one at the drive-in as well. Better than Obsession, but still not good.
Yeah.
Still not good.
The thing with Simon and I is that we only ever find pleasure in the human body, so we don't understand the concept of body horror. So yeah, what about me? What do I hate?
Saw is what I would have said, and I was right.
Oh wait, did I already go?
So for a long time, I know you hated Manhunter. I think maybe you came around
Oh,
on it
dude,
though.
that was a demon speaking through me. There was something wrong with me. I still have some
I didn't
issues
know.
with some of the moments of wistful staring out at the ocean, or like the kind of like the some of the music, some of the needle drops, and the kind of
Oh.
like I don't know. I think I would imagine if I watched it again right now, I would find nothing to complain about it. Like it was just
Yeah,
one of those weird opinions. I don't like that movie.
I didn't get the email where you changed your mind because all these years I'm like, no, he hated Manhunter. He told me.
Yeah, it just I got over it. I rewatched it like about a decade ago and was totally coming around on it. So I should have put out a freaking memo to all y'all. I'm sorry.
I love when that happens. It's a beautiful thing.
I think I have an answer for this one. Well, I'm not cheating, but I'm a bit. It came up in our Idle Hands episode. You said that you hated Twister, which I actually rewatched in the past week, probably
Yeah,
for the first time, possibly since the theater, or at least
yeah.
since the 90s.
I think home video, now that home video's caught up to a movie like Twister, because when I saw it on VHS, it's one of the
Mm.
most infamous pan and scan garbage.
Mm.
Like it suffered the most.
It's a shame. So it's a beautifully shot film.
They butchered that movie with a pan and scan print.
I think I'd actually heard, so I was looking at some of the trivia, was apparently, I could be wrong, was actually the first DVD ever released, at least in this podcast I've listened to about that. I could be
Wow,
wrong, but it certainly tracks with the vintage.
that's
And good cast.
hilarious.
I'd tell you, speaking of, was it Synecdoche, New York, which, was it you saying you hated, Brad?
Yes.
Yeah, I get you, and it's a depressing movie. It left an impact on me. And Charlie Kaufman, I want to ask him if he's okay between that and what's the other film called? I'm Thinking of Ending Things,
Oh
very
yeah.
titled, which I really dug. It struck me, but it's like I wouldn't be in a rush to go back to. Anyway, Philip Seymour Hoffman in Twister. Uh,
Oh yeah,
if
yeah.
you have any life goals, endeavor to have as much fun as he's having in that movie. He's and it has the guy, was it Todd Field, who later directed Tar and like other stuff, and it's got a great cast. But I get you, and it's like it's all spectacle. It's complete nonsense. But anyway, sorry, I'm just
There's a
gonna channel.
warehouse, and they burn a warehouse inside the warehouse, and he hires somebody to be him, and Tom
Yeah, I
Noonan's in
remember
it.
that. Yeah.
And I was like, wow. But
Mm.
I understand. I think Roger Ebert named it like his favorite film of the year, one of his favorite of the decade. So what
Nice.
do I know?
No, I get, you're not like, say, for instance, a David Lynch fan. I get why you hated it, but I totally respect your opinion.
You get me, Simon.
I totally do.
Yeah. Twister, when I saw it, it was on VHS. This was definitely the VHS version of Twister. So I didn't even have the luxury of the DVD.
Fair enough.
But Brad, what's your question time?
Okay, so I wanted to mention some folks at first, if you don't mind, but I
Oh,
don't know.
please.
Do you have that plan yourself? Is to mention a few people? I
No,
don't
man,
want to
go
step
for
on
it.
your toes. Over the years, I've made such friends with people through the show, and I would just like to thank Mark, Court, Jeff, Lanny, Ted, David Ladd, David Assassino, and I would like to have a special mention of Nafa,
Yeah.
who co-host of the show, very, very close friend of Richard's, friend of mine that has gone on. And I'd like to mention Margie as well.
Oh yeah.
Leah's mother, patron saint of Hello's the Doom Show, lovely lady that forwarded us all something for the Doom Show. If you go back and listen, those that have gone on. My question time, it's odd. Jeffrey kind of he touched upon it. I was going to ask each of you, what is a film that you did for the show that you liked much better after having covered it? You didn't
Yeah.
think you were going to like it, but you ended up liking it. So, like for me, I had overlooked, and it's blasphemy to say, but I had overlooked He Knows You're Alone until we did it. And then I was like, oh, I just love this so much. That's how I remember it. So I was wondering, Mark, have you done a film that you thought, oh, I'm not so sure about this, but then ultimately loved it while covering it on the show?
So I feel bad because I can't remember the name. I had never seen it.
It's
So it
Brad.
wasn't really the case of that, but it was the Joan Collins one that we did. Police,
Magnum Cop.
Magnum Cop. Yeah, that was amazing. And I didn't really even know that existed. So it wasn't that I didn't like it and it changed my opinion. It was just I didn't know existed, and it's phenomenal. I love that movie so much. Another great victory for Joan Collins. That's all I can say.
Is that the one that Merle's in?
Yeah.
Oh man, Mark, I bought a copy of that from a gas station about about I don't know, 16 years ago, something like that. Excellent choice. I do really enjoy that one. Of course, I love Joan Collins, but I was more in the Eurocrown phase, and of course, they did not emphasize that whatsoever on the packaging. What about you, Simon? Have you done a movie with Richard that at first you're like, oh, I don't know about this, but ended up loving it in the end?
Yeah, I had to look at the list though because I kind of struggle with this because normally again we only really cover stuff that we either like or love.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, but we did cover and I think we're gonna go back to it at some point maybe, I don't know, and do the TV show and do a sort of wrap up. But we did I think so far 3-part Nightmare on Elm Street retrospective. So this is what episode 98, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 to 6, specifically 5, The Dream Child, which
Nice.
I really was not like a fan of the first time I saw it. Then I got the Blu-ray. I forget who directed it now off the top of my head. But yeah, that sort of helped me a bit because it's again really beautifully art directed and shot, etc. And I've sort of settled with the silliness of the whole child thing and just the whole tone thing. When you get into those later ones, anyway, just fucking forget it. Just go with it. It is what it is. And I've got it on 4K now as well. And that they brought the whole box set again for that. So yeah, I look forward to revisiting it. But yeah, I'd say that one.
Excellent. Jeffrey, I know you touched upon that in your answer earlier.
I did. So Bloodsucker Leads the Dance, Blood Cult are two big ones that I did complete 180s on. But the other ones I would point out would be something like Monster Dog and the French Sex Murders. Two that I was kind of lukewarm on or didn't really care that much about, and then I really ended up enjoying them after our podcast.
That's awesome. Monster Dog would be the same for me. I did not. I saw it and I'm like, okay. And then I saw it and I was like, okay. Thank you. Richard, have you done a podcast with Richard on a film that you thought you would not like but ended up liking it more?
I certainly have done some shows with y'all and that have come around on just like stuff I was, interested to talk about, but then afterwards was like, oh shit, that was way different than what I thought it was where it was gonna go. And the big Simon one was the When a Stranger Calls Back. I think when we decided to do that, I was like, yeah. I remember like one part of that movie from my childhood, and it was so, getting to see it and being like, okay, I don't know why I wasn't smarter as a kid. This is freaking great.
One of the best sequels of all time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I went back to not all of it, but the beginning of that episode recently. And yeah, I love that more than I like the original, but yeah, I really love the sequel.
A Jeffrey movie that didn't enjoy as much even after we covered it, but then years of re-listening to episodes while I'm when I'm doing like house stuff, like painting or whatever, I listen to our show and I re-listen to everybody's episodes. But the one I keep coming back to and I've since purchased on Blu-ray because that freaking bootleg sucked was The American Scream from 1988, which is, I think is that a secret Christmas movie?
Maybe.
Or something.
I mean, it's winter.
Yeah, it's definitely a wintry feel, but it's just so weird and wacky. And then they try to go scary, paranoid thriller, and it's just too late after the wacky. But then I grew to appreciate how broken that was.
Absolutely.
Oh, another Jeffrey one is my grandpa's a vampire while I'm scrolling. Wow. What the hell? No, I'm looking at Mark, everything we've talked about has been just a blast. I try to pick stuff for you to enjoy.
Oh, well, thank you.
And for a Brad episode of something I appreciated more after we covered it, a weird one that is like a staple now, and I wouldn't be Halloween without it, is that Route 66 episode.
Nice.
The one with Mr. Peter Lorre and
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney Jr. That like I enjoy that when we talked about it, but now it's like it's not Halloween without that episode.
That's awesome.
So perfect.
Well, thank you. And I also want to say thank you to each one of you gentlemen. You all bring something unique, different, and special to the show. I started out as the co-host. He started adding co-hosts. It's been very successful. We could be on episode 3000, but if we were, we wouldn't. And what I mean by that is that we do the podcast as we do the podcast. I know everybody, Jeffrey is super busy, and there's all kind of things going on, but 15 years later, I, I would never, ever, ever have said, yeah, we'll be doing this in 15 years. It's just crazy. And I hope everyone takes away the feeling that I have currently, which is I want to watch some horror films this afternoon because you guys this makes me excited about horror films and genre films. And I honestly think it does, to the listeners as well. I never say fans. We don't have any fans. We have friends of the show, and I really love doing it, and I love you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you. It's true.
Well, thank you, Brad.
Thank you, man.
To piggyback off that, I feel like I'm the odd one out because you guys were the horror friends that I never had but desperately wanted. And it was just always so cool to listen to you guys talk about a genre that I loved, and a lot of people just, oh, you like horror, whatever, that's stupid. But you guys loved it as much as I did, and I didn't know you, but I knew you, and it was very cool. Like I lived for the episodes as they came out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, you're part of it now.
Yeah, you're in it. But no, it was you matched our energy. Like I immediately got the sense just from social media that you were a really cool person. And then as soon as I heard you talking on another show, I was like, yep, let's do this. So we had a little chat about just in general getting to know each other, and then we hit the ground running. And I appreciate your involvement. And that's the thing, like appreciate all you guys giving hours of your lives for this stuff, because of course it's not just watching a movie and taking some notes. Sometimes it's watching a movie multiple times and taking notes. Sometimes it's just chatting for an hour, recording for 2, and then chatting for another hour afterwards, kind of like today. And so this feels like an old Brad episode where he and I have been on the phone for fucking 5 hours, which back in speakerphone Brad days.
Yeah, I've had different levels of audio quality over the years, and I like to think that we're at our highest now.
Even though the audio quality is different, the quality overall is still always the same.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's my secret's Viagra.
Viagra pops one right before.
I saw that kind of right a couple times you're talking, Richard.
What was that, Mark? You broke up again?
I saw the desk kind of rise up a couple times there when you were talking. I don't know, he's at it again.
Well, we were talking about something like that when we first came on. I don't know why, but like around Richard's midsection, it pixelated for some reason. Like it was censoring.
Filthy.
But I just, speaking of like piggybacking again, just sort of pass the baton, I just echo a few things that Mark said. And I think I probably said to both Richard and Brad in the last few days of like 2016, I know it was a bit of a crazy year for the world in general, and it was for me. And this past year has been as well, without giving anybody my life story or woe is me or whatever, any of that crap. But that was definitely, for me, the best thing to kind of come out that year and just something good to sort of focus on. Or refocus on or whatever. And like today has been, it's been a really, really hard year. It was a real push to just be here today, to be quite frank. But again, it's given me something to sort of push towards, and I'm glad I did. And I love you all. So thank you.
Too, man. Thank you. We're so glad you made it.
We are, absolutely. Good on you, Simon.
Thank you.
And of course, reaching out to all of our fans, as I call them. No, I'm just kidding. To listeners of the show, thank you so much for everybody who's ever accidentally listened to us or been in a hostage situation that I may have caused and forced you to listen to us. To my confused coworkers, thank you. To everybody who's just been there from the beginning or even just joining us for the first time. We're gonna keep going. Might as well do 500 if we're doing 300. Shit.
Damn straight.
300 more.
Yep. So we're gonna go pee for a while, and we're gonna come right back on and get on episode 301, 2, and 3, guys. So thanks. And thanks for listening. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Au revoir.
Folks, thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you'd like to write into the show, send an email to doomedmoviethon@gmail.com or hit us up at doomedmoviethon on Instagram or at doomedmoviethon on Twitter or at doomedmoviethon at Discord, or go to Hello This Is the Doom Show on Facebook and message us there. If you want more Hello This Is the Doom Show, go to doomedmoviethon.com and click the podcast button for the archive, or go to YouTube and look up Doomed Moviethon and you'll find the classic episodes of Hello, This Is the Doomed Show. And if that's still not enough, I have written some books, about my love of movies over on Amazon.com. Just look up Richard Glenn Schmidt and you'll find Giallo Meltdown, a Moviethon Diary, Giallo Meltdown 2, Cinema Somnambulist, or Doomed Moviethon, the book. Hello, This is the Doom Show is a proud member of the Legion Podcast Network. Go to legionpodcast.com and check out the other great shows over there.